What up? What up? What it do? Let's go live. Let's hit it. What you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. The business day, you wake up tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend it you. Yes, you gotta make it last. But I'm hoping I'ma be on your best. I was be proud. Let me know. Tell you just gotta be low. Away from the door, she's getting out of here. From the line of fire here. She got me started, and there ain't no stopping here. It's on and popping here. They keep coming, watch you see it. I gotta leave us alone. Away from the door. I want it all. Gotta let me get it all. From the bed to the floor, against the wall. I'ma get it all. Turn around and hit it all. Yeah, baby, tell them it's on. Away from the door. Well. What up, firm? What it do? 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 And here with the firm. Hello, chat. Feeling a little better. It's getting better by the day. Giving y'all update. Tomorrow is my mucus drain, so I won't be on here at all tomorrow. But what it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Oh man, what it do? So the topic of today's title is friends. How many of us have them? We'll just chat it up with my bro, Tony Curtis from Baltimore, the one that did the R. Kelly skit. And I played it on my channel. And I find it funny that when I played it on my channel, the folks that was supposed to have been rocking with me over here went and made a big stink and tried to flip it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the song that he did, the other song that Tony Curtis did that I played over here. One thing I don't do, I don't steal. I don't have to. I'm too talented to steal from anybody, especially family. I want to get that correct. That's why those people are not ever allowed over here ever again, because I don't do drama. But hey Dana, and my answer is none. Right. My answer, right. Exactly. So I'm gonna play this song real quick, right? And the song is called Us by Tony Curtis, not Dana J. Let's go. That don't even sound like me. I remember when you used to kiss me when you wake up in the morning. Oh yeah. And I remember. I see Kim. The way you used to make my coffee. Wow, tell the story. But now it seems that you don't even want to talk to me when I call you on the phone. Well, get no answer at all. Can you tell me where did it all go? And when did it all start to fall? And who, tell me who is to blame at all? Is it you? Is it me?
Hey, Miss Judd. So y'all see that don't sound nothing like me. Even when I'm well, it don't sound like me. Tony has been my bro, and we've been rocking for years. Uh, we don't go through the bull crap. It's just people who want to create division to try to stir up stuff that don't have nothing better to do with their self. However, that ain't do nothing but just bring me and Tony closer. Cause me and Tony haven't spoken in a while because we lost each other numbers. But at the end of the day, that's my bro. That's my bro. Always been that way. Tony has vocal trained the best of the best coming out of the city of Baltimore. He opened up airways for people like me coming out of Baltimore. So, hey, it is what it is. But friends, how many of us have them? Let's talk about it. And I'm going to include that because as I notice, I see people really don't know the meaning of friendship or brotherhood or bro or family. I see people are very opportunists on what I see people are very opportunists on what they can cultivate or capture. I I was on Sylvia's page last night and shit, they had fun. And they ain't have thousands of people in there. We all had fun. Shit, I was sedated really. And I was having fun. Other than when Marshall started doing crazy stuff. But hey, that's what it's about. It's about having fun. It's about bonding with people. It's about bonding with people that you can really trust that go through the fire with you. These folks that you seen me arguing with for a year, I don't know them. They don't know me. So some of the arguments was stupid, was redundant, was dumb. Because arguing with people you don't know, that makes you look fucking kind of crazy. So I had to look at it myself like, damn, I look fucking kind of crazy. Sylvia, I know. Sylvia, I know. Dallas, I knew before this YouTube shit. Robert Kelly, I knew before this YouTube street shit. Ern Hall, Tony Curtis, Willie, Dexter. I knew before YouTube, before MySpace. Shit. Tony, I knew him before the internet was popping. I was a kid. He taught me how to do my first jab. I was a kid. So, and the people that, you know, I call bro, that I've grown and met, some of them was only there for the short term. And what we have to do as people is we have to stop placing short-term individuals in long-term positions. We got to really treat people how they are. Now, Sunshine 1919, that's a long-term person. She ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Randa baby definitely ain't going nowhere. Sylvia definitely ain't going nowhere. Those are core long-term people. And all three of them get on my goddamn nerves. But they mean well. And when I'm wrong, they tell me I'm wrong. And when I'm right, they tell me I'm right. Let's keep it real. Anna Sharby, long-term person, known her family and didn't even know I knew her. Aaron, let's talk about Aaron. That's my bro. That's my little bro. Shit, I'm the only one that can crack on him and he get upset. But when everybody else do, then fine, it's all fair and game. But that's my bro. That's somebody who showed me that they are unconditional. Not somebody that's telling me they unconditional and then showing me that they not solid. That's all. And he hates to be wrong, but we don't care. You right. See, that's when you know somebody that know you. I hate to be wrong. I'm just that competitive. And when it come to Earn, I'm the only one that can crack on him that call him DJ Paul. And then Earn be like, fuck you, bro. But that's what we do. DeJuan, hey. And DeJuan is another one, long term. Toy Smith, definitely long term. That's a sis right there. I'd be glad when excuse me, but that's that mucus trying to come up. Oh my God. I ordered some herbs, man. Jesus Christ. I should have never took them joints. Cause whatever this is in the chest, this is breaking it up. Miss Shirley said, we know you hate to be wrong. I do. But when I'm wrong, I correct it. That's the difference between being a man. When I'm wrong, I correct it. I don't mind and correct it when I'm wrong. Randall gonna stop playing with me with that coronavirus. I don't got no damn coronavirus. Kip, long term. People experienced a blow up between between bros when people came in and lied to try to separate us. But with the devil meant for evil, God meant for good. Me and Kip back on the right foot. Long term. It's been long term. It's always going to be long term. And people can't accept that. Now Randall lying. Sometimes he don't correct it because he's stubborn. Now Randall lying. I told y'all, watch out for him. KYD Audio. That's another one. Long term. She gets on my everlasting nerve. She don't want to have crab balls and invite somebody and then forget to tell a person that they invited. I'm telling you, real friends. Hey, Zay. I'm just saying it's crazy. Yeah, where's Gucci? At the end of the day, we are a family over here, and we don't deal with all that other stuff. No, and it's like from what I seen this last week, I seen 3 things happen this last week. And within this last week, the 3 things that I seen, it will not allow me to argue about shit. Because it lets me know that we are so far as a race behind. And the crazy part is we are the most dominant race, but the most divided, the most lost, and the most ignorant race. And when I say ignorant, I'm not talking about acting. I'm talking about and knowledge that do not know. So time out for the bullshit. I don't give a hell. If niggas want to say what they want to say, then let them say what they want to say. One thing they can't say is that they pay any of my bills. One thing they can't say is that I don't have a place to call home of my own. One thing they can't say is that I'm broke. One thing they can't say is that I'm not an unconditional friend. even if I don't know you. And that's the problem that I'm having now. Everybody comes in with an A. It's up to you to keep the A. But I think I need to flip it. Maybe everybody need to come in with an F, and it's up to you to earn that A. Dana, these bloggers are dangerous. I can see they are not worth mentioning. I'm so glad I follow Sylvia and gang. They are decent people. You can see. Please make me laugh every time. Plus, make me laugh every time. Yes, Sylvia crazy. Sylvia sit up there with them goddamn truck driver earphones on and be like, so we're gonna do it this way. And it's like her whole body language. She'd be like, it's like she dancing when she talk. But that's Sylvia though, you know. That's how she get. But that's how she get to go on. Sylvia be like, so we're gonna do it like this. And the time, I mean, but that's how she do it. I just be enjoying watching her show. And that's the difference between people that really is for you and really is not. A lot of times I don't want to be on the show, but Sylvia be like, come in, damn it. I be enjoying the show. I be enjoying watching the show. I want to see the comments. I want to see the reactions of people. And if I'm on the show, I can't see that. So that way I can be like, okay, they react this way to this. Let's tweak this. Let's do that. The whole thing is anybody that have a show that I support, I want your show to be better than my show. And I'm always evolving my show. So therefore, if I'm always evolving my show, that means you have to evolve your show. I think, don't that make sense? You know, winners want to see people win, especially if you connected to them. That's why I have the mods that I have. A lot of mods that I had weeded themselves out. A lot of mods that I had was looking for homes, and they just couldn't cut it. No disrespect, no hate. I don't have hate in my heart. I'm just saying, some folks just didn't make it. Some folks was doing double agent shit. And when they got called out on it, they couldn't stand the heat. At the end of the day, I don't have an issue with them. Only thing I say is, if that's your angle, if that's your way, find your way, do your thing. I know as far as me, being friendly to certain people is not the option that I'm going anymore. So just because there's no beef don't mean I have to work with them. Just because there's no beef, it don't mean that I have to be friends with them. I got to call them. I got to talk to them. I don't got to do none of that. Only thing I'm just saying is you're not worth me dealing with. Just giving y'all some joints. I'm just getting better. I go back into the writing room later today for the R. Kelly thing that we doing. It's going to be ugly because a lot of people is now going to see who's bringing what to the table and who's not. A lot of people going to see who's in the forefront and who's not. A lot of people going to see who's really for injustice and R. Kelly and who's not. That's all I say. I don't got to toot my horn on what I do, but I will say this. Today is Monday. This Friday on the 12th, the official trailer for On My Radio will be out. If y'all haven't did it so far, go over to Jade Angela Moore and subscribe and like. Faces and Beyond. What up, boop? That's my homie from next door in Alabama. Faces, another one that's not going nowhere. Very down to earth. And she's dangerous. Don't get the cracking on her. She's very dangerous. She will cut you too short the sugar honey iced tea. She's very dangerous. What up, Junior? Champel, hey. Miss Hot Pink, Sonia Price, hey. I'm just saying, like everybody over here at the firm brings something to the table, and nobody jumps in each other's lane. That's how we're able to function as a team. Nobody jumps in each other's lane. We all here for one situation. And I'm gonna tell you the funny thing. I have not said nothing about nobody. I have not downgraded nobody. But it's funny how people can sit on the lawn and dislike you for no reason. What up, Nisi? And it's fine. I love it because when you dislike me, it fuels me. That's what people don't understand about a Leo. Not liking me fuels me. So keep doing it. Because what y'all don't understand is you're gonna fuel me. I feed off of that. Nakia, hey, that's what it is. I feed off of the negative energy and I turn it into positive. So keep doing it. But next Friday on the 19th, the virtual listening party. Oh, Dana, I just realized I got a wrench. Thanks, but I'm not good with being a mod. I enjoy comment. Okay. So Shirley, do you want your wrench to be gone or what? What are you saying? Are you not wanting a wrench? Let me know. Let me know how you feel, Michelle. So I put it out there because people need to understand that what's going on is what's going on. Yo, bro, you know we ride or die. I need a wrench. Now you know that's not how you get a wrench earned. Asking for it is not how you get it. You already know that. It's work you got to put in, and you got to be here a little while. That's the problem that I had. And before, I just gave wrenches to people who I thought was unconditional, who had my back. People who said I ain't like certain people, but then you look up and they rocking for them people. We ain't doing that no more. Right, Dietrich? Us Leos are dangerous. We're the most dangerous people on a horoscope. The most dangerous because we love hard, but when you flip it, we destroy harder. So Dimples, I'm wondering why Dimples don't have a wrench. That's what I'm lost about. Yeah, Aaron got to put in a little work. Once Aaron put in a little work, then he definitely gonna get one. Sean getting one Friday for the new group. I'm proud of Sean. Sean is one of the unconditional ones who don't waver. And when I'm wrong, Sean hit me up on my goddamn instant message. Nigga, you wrong about this. Go look at this. I said, wow. Miss Blue Blazers, exactly. Exactly. That's why I love y'all over here. But like I tell folks, man, we got a lot going on. We got a lot of work to do. Okay. Well, Miss Shirley says she don't want a wrench. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Shirley. Wow. Okay, cool. I take it that. No problem. Miss Shirley said, no, I don't. Laugh out loud. Your mods are experts with doing this. I'm not. I appreciate that for being honest. Sean, and you know we already love you back, bro. You already know. And Toy, man, when I say sis for real, Toy is just Toy is one of them women that 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 Toy just let her have fun. As long as she can have fun. That's right. I respect Miss Shirley. And Miss Shirley said, baby, I'm not an expert with that wrench. I think Dimples need her wrench on Friday as well. But we got a lot going on. I plan on using a lot of people here at the firm for this documentary that I'm doing. Um, I plan on using the folks that rocks with me. That's the way I do it. I stay in house, and before I go out house, because out house folks are not it for me. Not when I have in house capability. Hey, Nikki M. Um, so basically, you know, I'm gonna be getting y'all input as far as what do y'all think about the case. You know, we gonna do it like it's a walk around, and we gonna get people's opinion. What do you think about the R. Kelly case? What do you think about the George Floyd case? What do you think about the what is that young lady that was killed in her home? Brianna something? What's her name? I'm and if she got any people watching this, I'm sorry I don't know her name. I'm sorry I don't know about the case. I just be hearing people talk about it, and I said it's sad. Um, I think it's sad for somebody to be killed in their home. Where else can they go if they can't be free in their home? This injustice have to stop. Dana, what's going on with the R. Kelly's trial? Well, Bree, if you've been here, which I know you have, you heard what the judge said, right? I'm lost. Breonna Taylor, okay. Bree Ramsey, you know they got into the 22nd to turn over everything. Ann Donnelly, I don't know. I just know all of her cases are vacated to somebody else. The prison guards get away with a lot of shit too. That's just true. That's true. So, so I just don't want to label this documentary about R. Kelly. I really want to label it about the injustice of the colored people. The injustice of the colored people. Um, I'm gonna be interviewing my boy Steven Jackson, Stack Five. Um, I'm definitely gonna be hitting him up on how he feel. Um, I have some good friends that I've partnered up with. They are the Generation XYG. She was killed in front of her son. Who was? Whoa, wait a minute. I'm here with the. Thank you, Miss Marcia. Um, I've linked up with the Generation XYG because I feel like that my generation is just going to sit and try to pick apart. That generation get out and do it. And that's where I'm at. I'm getting out and do it. And I feel as though that since they say a leader is needed, I don't mind jumping out there and lending a voice. She was killed in front. Wait a minute. Somebody said she killed in front of her son. Somebody said she killed in front of her nephew. Somebody told me that she was killed in front of her boyfriend in the house. Man, What's the real story? Or can somebody send me a link where I can do my research and read on this young lady? Because this is crazy. And she was 26 years old, right? Damn. And this happened in Kentucky, right? And nobody's saying nothing about it. This is retarded. This is retarded. When you come in, hit that like button or hit that dislike button. You sent me something, Ern. Where did you send it to? You know, I got 100 devices going at one time. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. That's the hometown of Muhammad Ali. J Rock, what up, fam? They talking about two different women. Okay. She was babysitting her nephew and they were playing video. Who was Faces and Beyond? How can we do a whole system over when the system wasn't designed for us? You know what? Speaking of that, I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something that's gonna make y'all think. Ah, just what I needed. Hold on. Uh, um. hmm. I'm going to switch gears for a second because what I want to talk about real quick is realer than real. And while we talking about injustice, I want to go here. So I want to start here. And where I want to start with is I want to start with this right here. I want to start with this. And what I want y'all to do is look at the screen because what the hell? Hold on. about to say this thing is not letting me do nothing. Wow. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what's that. Okay, here you go. I want y'all to look at the screen. Come on, man. Stop sending me stuff right now. Okay, here you go. Hold on. I want y'all to look at the screen. And I'm going to show this because maybe people understand exactly what's really going on. Take a look at this.
For a long time, if you went to the library in Wilmington, North Carolina, there was one thing you weren't allowed to research.
We were refused. We were rejected by the librarian.
When I asked about or inquired about 1898, they wanted to know why.
I was told that, yes, they had something, but they kept it under lock and key.
The story of Wilmington in 1898 still isn't widely known.
What happened here in what's now just this empty patch of grass would radically change racial politics in North Carolina.
This is the story of an American election, but also of something we don't usually find in American history: the violent overthrow of a democratically elected government. In the late 1800s, Wilmington, North Carolina was the state's largest city. It had a majority Black population, and historians today describe it as a rarity in the post-Civil War American South.
Wilmington, prior to November 1898, was what the New South could be at the cusp of the 20th century.
There was an unusual degree of Black prosperity.
In Wilmington, there were successful Black entrepreneurs, doctors, teachers, but also Black elected officials. And for a time, that was true throughout the state. Take a look at the politicians on this poster of the 1889 North Carolina House of Representatives. Here at the bottom are Black Republican representatives, some from Wilmington. North Carolina also sent 4 Black Republicans to the U.S. Congress between 1875 and 1899. The Democratic and Republican parties of 1898 in many ways occupied opposite parts of the political spectrum than they do today.
Most African Americans were voting for the Republican Party, and the Democratic Party was white voters almost exclusively. White supremacy was the central focus of the platform for the Democratic Party.
Republicans in North Carolina were successful in part because of a third party called the Populist Party, made up of mostly white farmers fed up with the tough economic times. North Carolina populists joined up with Republicans to form what they called the Fusion Party. And in the elections of 1894 and 1896, the Fusion Party defeated the Democrats in sweeping victories statewide. That meant North Carolina now had a government that shared power between Black and white politicians, including a newly elected Republican governor. Together, they moved towards reforms that would favor Black Americans and working class whites.
This was something that the Democratic Party folks were simply not going to accept.
A multiracial government wasn't just a disappointment for Democrats. It was more like a humiliation. They needed a plan to take back control of the state in the next election. So party leaders like Furnifold Simmons, future U.S. Senator, Charles Aycock, future North Carolina governor, and this man, Alfred Moore Waddell, came up with one: to beat the Fusion Party by luring white populist voters away from their alliance with Black voters. Wilmington, with a large Black population and a local fusion government in power, would be a focus of their campaign. The State Democratic Party Handbook for 1898 laid out their goal: consolidate the white vote by stoking white anger and resentment. It said, "This is a white man's country, and white men must control and govern it." Their most effective tool was the media. One of North Carolina's biggest newspapers was a Democratic Party mouthpiece. It ran racist political cartoons throughout 1898.
Not everybody was literate in 1898, but to see a political cartoon of the type that ran, you may not be able to read it, but you know exactly what it means.
Many of the cartoons were centered on the threat of Negro rule, even though the fusion government was mostly white. They also played up another fear.
Black men threatening white women became a theme. White men need to do all that they can to protect white womanhood.
This was all part of North Carolina Democratic strategy, but it echoed the national racist rhetoric of the time. In one speech that Democrats printed in a Wilmington paper, a prominent Georgia writer named Rebecca Felton said,
"If it takes lynching a Black man a day to protect white womanhood, I say lynch."
Her speech prompted a Wilmington Black man named Alex Manley, owner of the Black-run Daily Record newspaper, to respond with a column. He made a simple observation that, at the time, was shocking.
That white women who had liaisons with Black men did so voluntarily and enthusiastically.
Manley wrote, "Every Negro lynched is called a big, burly Black brute, when in fact, many were sufficiently attractive for white girls to fall in love with them."
Manley pretty much said, in a nutshell, sometimes white women choose to be with Black men.
Manley's editorial became another tool for Democrats. Newspapers reprinted it, called it a horrid slander, and ran comments about it on a daily basis. It was just a few months before the election, and white voters were angry.
By the time the election rolls around on November 8th, Black voters, Republican voters, had been thoroughly intimidated here.
By all accounts, the elections of 1898 were a sham. The Democratic Party had a paramilitary group called the Red Shirts. They attacked and blocked Black residents from voting. At a rally just before the election, Alfred Moore Waddell provoked the crowds. He said, "Negro office holding ought at once and forever be brought to an end, even if we have to choke the current of the Cape Fear River with carcasses." The votes were counted and the Democrats won.
Democratic candidates won every seat they had a candidate up for election in.
But some local fusionist politicians remained in power because their seats hadn't been up for re-election, like the white Republican mayor and the Board of Aldermen. And of course, the election did nothing to undo the economic power Black folks held in the city. The Democrats had won the election, but their goal of total white supremacist control remained out of reach.
And so they engineered what was essentially a coup d'etat.
The day after the election, at a gathering for white men in Wilmington, the Democrats unveiled a document called the White Declaration of Independence. It contained an ultimatum. Cynthia Brown, whose descendants were in Wilmington back in 1898, is a historian at her church where there's a preserved copy of the declaration from the next day's newspaper.
"We will no longer be ruled and will never again be ruled by men of African origin."
They would strip Black men of voting rights. They would give white men a large part of the employment heretofore given to Black men. And as for Alex Manley, "We demand that he leave this city forever within 24 hours. The next morning, hundreds of white men marched to the offices of the Daily Record. Manley was gone. He had fled to save his own life. They set the Daily Record building on fire. This is where it once stood.
Once the white leadership destroyed Alex Manley's printing press, they destroyed one way in which the African American community in Wilmington could organize itself and keep itself informed.
At City Hall, the mayor and Board of Aldermen were forced out.
There's 200 armed men in City Hall at the time. They didn't do it of their own free will. And as they resigned, a new member selected by the Democratic Party was voted into office.
Waddell, who once threatened to fill the Cape Fear River with Black bodies, was the new mayor of Wilmington. Meanwhile, the mob had grown to about 2,000 men, and the violence spilled into the streets. In these photos, X's mark where the first Black residents were killed.
the stories are that they were dumped into the river. And there are varying stories about how many people were killed.
I see 40 to 60 clearly as fatalities as a result of the violence, but I think it was higher.
Many Black residents hid for days in the swamps and the wooded cemeteries in the city, including Cynthia's great-grandmother. And thousands of other residents fled Wilmington, never to return. Shortly afterward, Democrats printed booklets celebrating a glorious victory, and in the newspapers depicted Black residents as the instigators.
This image is a gross misrepresentation of what actually happened during 1898. You know, what you see is African-American men with guns, not white men with machine guns.
The city never regained its Black majority population. Jim Crow laws like literacy tests and poll taxes that prevented Black people from voting were immediately enacted, and Wilmington's spirit of Black opportunity was crushed. Black political representation in the state was over. It would be 90 years until North Carolina elected its next Black Congress member.
Wilmington did a really great job of covering up a very dark past for a very long time.
Over the years, the textbooks on North Carolina's history have struggled to accurately describe what happened in 1898. This one from 1933 says the situation was unfortunate for both races. And this one from 1978 doesn't have that much more detail. But they both praise Charles Aycock, a politician who helped perpetrate the riot. They say he had a keen mind and a kind heart, and that, in fact, he was one of the best friends that the colored people had in the state.
It's a legacy that North Carolina has yet to fully undo. The names of the perpetrators are on Wilmington school buildings and city parks. But the legacy is also bigger than those names. Turn on the news, and the state's long history of political suppression echoes.
To a strict new voter ID law in North Carolina, racial gerrymandering, and a push for new voting maps.
The court says the Republican-led legislature redrew congressional districts along racial lines, violating the Constitution.
There's a tremendous amount of intimidation that is still felt by the Black community.
It doesn't have to be mass mayhem and violence in the streets.
The strategy shifts towards designing state laws in such a way that you could exclude Blacks from voter participation.
The subliminal pursuit of continuing the white Declaration of Independence.
And if you don't see it for what it really is, it can happen all over again.
So what I want to show y'all, and what I attempted to show y'all, but I see that a lot of people wasn't really paying attention, was the fact that back then, if you notice, there were not Black folks. They were called colored folks. As I'm trying to show y'all that the Black term was made and put on the application to make fun of the colored people, because they said that if you really want to hide something from colored people, put it in the book, because they won't read. That's why I try to help people curve the whole fact of calling themselves Black. And if you paid attention to what they were saying, they didn't say nothing about Black until the 1900s. Because when all that was taking place about the Democratic Party and all that, they always said colored people. They just said it, Keish. They just said it. That whole clip, they just said it. But they switched over because of the inconsistencies when the Republican Party was infiltrated by some colored folks, you know. 1933. True. Also, Keish, that was the year that what we know as money changed. As we know as money changed. You said no, they didn't. No, they didn't. What? Call in, Keish. I just played the whole clip for you. Everybody want to be talking about other things. But it's crazy because all of this that's going on now is nothing but a recycled situation. What's up, EJ? It's nothing but a recycled situation. What up, Dom K? Welcome back home. Right. And for his racist said colored. You're right. So it's crazy. It's crazy because, you know, people say, oh, they don't have a voice. They don't have this. They don't have that. But they do. And you will never hear me say what I'm about to say. But I want to talk about these last two presidents that we had. I want to talk about these last two presidents. You're live on Live Raw and Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you?
What's up, Dana? This is Keisha.
Oh, Lord. Hey, well, Keisha with her phone sex operator voice. Look, I can't have three of y'all doing that.
I need to take my ass back to bed. Listen, so in the book that you in that little clip you just played in the book, it started people, it started saying black people in when it started showing the data 1933, so that's why I said 1933.
Yeah.
And then when I said it didn't tell us about, it didn't go into why why the Democrats. It just seemed like, you know, now, even like my dad, his votes, they all the Democratic Party. So where did that take place? Like, what made black people switch over from, you know, the Republican Party into the Democratic Party? Like, when?
And because the Republican Party was all about really, and a Republican Party, it was really all about businesses, about growing businesses. And my only speculation, as of me reading and then putting a timeline together, is when the United States went bankrupt in 1933. When they went bankrupt, it's like the Republican Party was still forcing its way for businesses and like economic growth when the Republican Party got infiltrated again. And it was like a split. I'm gonna send you that clip because it talks about it at the very beginning.
The clip you just played.
Yeah. At the very, very beginning, it talks about why they split and everything. It talks about all that. It was deep.
Yeah. And when the white woman started talking, that was sitting in the chair.
Oh, that was already 7 minutes into the video.
Oh, I was listening. Well, I was trying to listen.
But I'm gonna send you that whole clip though.
At the wrong time. Oh, right. Yeah,
But I'm gonna send you that whole clip because that thing is deep, man. It goes back to when they ran the brother out of North Carolina because he was printing, you know, up to date stuff that was going on with the colored people. Man, it's deep.
That's interesting. Because I'm just trying to figure out, like, there's a lot of people that push the Republican Party, but there's a lot of black folks who do not push it and don't ever want to push it.
But that's the problem. The black folks are pushing the Republican Party. I mean, are pushing against the Republican Party, not the colored folks. It's a difference. And that's why I say we as a race, we are the most divided and lost race out there, because when you go back and look and you read their definition of black, that's in law books, is in a black law dictionary. And that's what they go by. Black means death. So basically when they address you, but they say the dead people, when they say the black people.
Now that we moving forward to today's day and time, it just seems like logically it's best to go with the Democratic Party, because they seem to have the poor people's hearts in mind with a lot of their decisions.
That's not true, because the Democratic Party now don't have no type of intent for people of color.
The Republican Party is all for corporations and money, and a lot of us don't have corporations and don't have money.
No.
That's why we don't vote. That's why I don't vote. That's family don't vote. House and his people, the black people in my family, they don't vote Republican. They vote for Democrats because we're poor.
But I'm gonna ask you this. Keish. But I'm gonna ask you this. If that's the case, right? Why is the Democratic Party voting for everything governmental and for everything to stay as it is, when the Republican Party is totally right now going against the systematic oppression? The Democrat want the systematic oppression. Don't let them folks fool you.
Well, it's not that I'm fooled. I pay attention to a lot, and that's why I stay with Democratic, because the Republican Party, their whole narrative changes when they're in office. Like, they just worry about businesses and corporations. They don't think about the little people, the middle class, the poor class, I should say, because nowadays you either poor or you rich. It's like they get right. The middle class is about to be sunk in, and there's going to be no longer a middle class. It's either going to be strictly you poor or you rich. That's just the way the country's headed right now, and it's sad.
Now watch this. I'm glad you said that, because if you look at the teachings of Marcus Garvey, if you look at the teachings of Malcolm X, they teach you that poor class, upper class, middle class is a way of thought. That's how you think. There's no such thing of class when you live in as a human being. Only when you live in as a corporation is a such thing of class.
Right.
But that's why I ask the question all the time. When you pay your taxes, how do you pay your taxes? It clearly asks you, what demographic class are you in? And that determines on how much taxes you pay, right? But then when you look at taxes, only corporations pay taxes. How did they get the American people to pay taxes? Well, they took y'all name and they capitalized every letter, which means corporation. And when you can have a person thinking that a corporation is their human form, you can get them to do anything you want them to do. It's called rewashing the mind. So basically at that point, my job now that I work at, I had to go to my human resources department and I had to take them a W-8 bin. And I told them, from this point, here's the choice. Either y'all gonna fire me, and because I'm not gonna pay y'all taxes, or you're gonna acknowledge me in proper form. And they chose to acknowledge me in proper form. It's just like in school, Keish. When we were taught to write our name, and the correct way was capital first letter, everything else lowercase, right or wrong. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. So I hear everything you say, and I soaked it all up, and I understand what you're saying. But the reality of it is, I have to live life based on what's happening now. I know what they teach us in the past and all like that, but what they teach us in the past is completely different than what's going on right now.
It's not.
Yeah, but it is.
It's not. Can I'm gonna show you how? I'm gonna show you how
I understand what you're saying, and I understand that. But what I'm saying to you is, me as a 44-year-old woman who actually is in the upper middle class ranking, I live in a society where a lot of my peoples are not even in the middle class. They lower down into the poor class. And so when you go to vote, you predominantly want to vote for who's best for you and your future. So that's your health insurance, that's your pay, that's all that. And a lot of Republicans, they don't focus on that because they're already taken care of in that way. At some point in time, the Republicans, the GOP, right, the Grand Old Party, regardless of what happens in this world with our government, the GOP, the Grand Old Party, the Republicans, run the government. They have the last say on every bill, every legislation that gets passed, the Republican Party. So even if Democrats do run, it's still a Republican-run country. And that's a fact. That's not fiction. I mean,
I'm going to ask you this.
No, am I right? Am I right?
No, not all the way.
I mean, I'm right. The GOP don't run the government. The Republicans don't run the government.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Nah.
It all depends on who's in seats.
There's a lie falling off my bed right now. My foot's on the side.
I'm trying to. I would totally do a live breaking all this down. I would totally do a live breaking all this down.
So listen, the GOP, right? The Grand Old Party, they Republican.
The Grand Old Party, and all of the GOP is not. Matter of fact, all the GOP is not Republican.
Yes, it is. They always been Republican. Grand Old Party's always been.
No, but the Grand Old Party is voted in. So if you have Democrats that.
A lot of them motherfuckers been there since the end of time. The only time they leave is when they die.
Nah, that's not true. Because Nancy Pelosi is part of the GOP.
Man, listen.
And she's the evilest Democrat ever.
I don't think she's not part of the Grand Old Party.
Yes. Please go back and do your research, Keish.
It's a bunch of old ass white men. They old as shit. They all about to die, and they white. This is the GOP. That's why they would never ever get rid of the National NRA, the National Rifle Association, because they so dedicated in getting money from the National Rifle Association. They so hooked into that, like that's a white people thing. Guns is a white people thing.
Here's my thing, Keish.
Man.
Here's my thing, and I'm gonna go ahead because I hear you saying that guns is a white people thing. No, it's not.
It fucking is.
It's not.
It is. Guns only came from white people. Slaves didn't have guns. Slaves didn't get guns until white people gave them guns.
What? Okay. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave it here, because this topic can go way into a whole nother field that I know you ain't ready to go into. I respect your opinion. I do. And because that's how you feel. What I'm gonna say is I'm gonna do a live and tomorrow that I want you to jump on, and we're gonna talk about the good old white versus black system. We're gonna talk about the Democratic Party versus the Republican Party, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The good faith that you have in the Democratic Party is not what it seems to be. The Democratic Party is pushing so many fucked up agendas to the point where the new generation that's revolting now is not for the shit. And the thing is, I'm gonna go here. Both parties have been so fucked up for years. I see why people are now independent, because you really can't trust the Republican Party, and you would never hear me say this until now.
Trust the government, period. We can't
listen, Keish. Listen.
Republican or Democrat.
Listen, Keish. Listen. Listen, and that's true. And you can't trust either one. You can't trust the government, period. As you said,
no,
you're right.
No,
you're right.
It's whitewash.
Here's my thing.
Soon as we get a black president in office, everybody want to talk about him like he's a bad man and get him out. But that's what they do to African Americans, black people.
Wait,
When they gotta-
Keish. You going there, but and see, and I have people over here who's gonna hate what I'm about to say. Because so many people around here love Obama. Love Obama. But when you see what he pushed, that's why we here now.
What did he push?
You see, okay, what I'm gonna ask you this. What didn't Obama push that's fucking us up right now?
Well, I'm asking.
I'm gonna let you tell me.
No,
What?
you said it. You said it.
Right.
You said, but Obama. You said Obama pushed something that fucked us up, and I said, what did he push?
Okay, let's go here. Let's start with this. Obama pushed that gun legislation thing. That's the first thing. The second thing he pushed.
What did he push? What's the first thing he pushed?
Wait, it was the gun legislation thing.
What's that about?
Huh?
What's that about?
Okay. The whole gun legislation thing is when it was actually the blue alert law, actually.
Anything Obama pushes, it has to go through the GOP, who is the Republican Party.
Okay, no, it's not the Republican Party.
And
How did you do your research?
Grand old Tea Party. Anything he pushes, he got to get it signed off first. That's why the Obamacare was so fucked up the way it was. Because the GOP put their little tactics and shit on it. They wouldn't pass it. They kept trying to pass Obamacare. They kept knocking it down, saying, no. The only way they would pass Obamacare is if they gave people a fine. That was the Republicans doing. The Republicans made it so that you had to get a fine if you did not sign up for it. Obama, the Democrats, they didn't want it like that, but they had to, because the majority of people that was in House at the time when Obama was in office, the majority of them were Republicans. Everybody around Obama was a Republican. It's not like he...
Don't believe that hype.
You guys look at it like this. He jumped up in office right after 9/11 happened.
Don't believe that hype.
Everything... He had to clean up everything Bush did before he could do anything good. And anything he tried to do good, the Republicans had to sign off on, and they would not do it. Not unless they had to do it. Just like right now with the stimulus shit. They won't give us no fucking future unemployment benefits or anything like that because the Republicans is knocking what's going on. The Republicans is knocking everything the Democrats is trying to push through.
Here's the question, Keith.
Democrats want to give us unemployment. They want to continue to give us pandemic. But the Republicans are saying, fuck no. We don't want to give them unemployment. We want them motherfuckers to go out there and die with coronavirus and go back to work. Anyway, my bad. Go ahead.
Here's my thing, Keish. I'm going to read something. And I want you to listen to the rebuttal. And Barack Obama tweeted, as millions of people across the country take to the streets and raise their voices in response to the killing of George Floyd and the ongoing problem of unequal justice, I've heard many ask, how can we sustain momentum to bring about real change? Well, Ms. Harriet Eve said, you could have created change while you were in office with not one, but two Black attorney generals. You were too busy pleasing the white establishment and signing the blue alert law to protect the police while they were actively murdering unarmed Black men.
Whose fault is that?
Hashtag FOHWTBS.
Whose fault is that? That's the Republican Party. That's the GOP who has to sign off on that.
That's not. Come on, Keish, you making excuses.
Obama and said, "Look, this is what we want to get through. We got to
making excuses."
No, I'm not making excuses. He was only in there for 8 years. The GOP's been in there for.
That's more than enough.
The party. I mean, the Republican Party.
That's more than enough. And then on top of that,
the corruption of the United States is the corruption of our government is beyond Barack. Everyone.
That's true. That's true.
And pointed at Barack. He's the only person that looked considerably Black that became motherfucking president.
That's true.
Not him.
Check this out though, Keish.
All around. And let's talk about this, Dana, real quick. It's funny how R. Kelly declined to do the 2017 inauguration with Donald Trump, and then he gets in all this trouble right after that.
R. Kelly did what?
I like how people point at the Democratic Party and say, "Oh, this is all because R. Kelly's situation is because of the Democratic Party." Well, take a deeper look. R. Kelly had declined during the 2017 inauguration for Donald Trump. Donald Trump was salty as shit after that. Now look at R. Kelly. He cannot get out of jail.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't speak on that because I don't know the factors of it, but I will look into it and today, and I will get the truth about it and today, and I will bring it later on. At the end of the day, I think Trump is an asshole. I do. I think Trump is an asshole. And I keep saying it, and I've been saying it from day one. Wait. No. I kept saying it, and I keep saying it.
I'm about to do a split on the side of my bed. This is crazy.
At the end of the day, I keep saying it, and I kept saying it, and I'm going to continue saying it. It takes a bigger asshole to defeat an asshole. And when people look at what's going on, Trump is not a puppet for the Rothschilds. So the Rothschilds are going to do whatever they can do to get, Trump out the way. At the end of the day, here's what I'm going to say. Obama signed death to America when he signed that LGBTQ law. And I'm not saying it because no, listen, no, wait. Hey Keish, I let you talk. Now I'm going to say what I gotta say. I'm gonna keep it real. When he signed that bill, that signed death to America. And I'm not saying that I'm against the LGBTQ because that's their business. Whatever they do is what they do. At the end of the day, matter of fact, it's not just that. It's what comes with that. Because now with the LGBTQ comes pedophilia, comes all this other stuff. So at the end of the day, he's the one that signed that shit into law, not no other president. And the thing is this, you cannot say, and you cannot say you for the people when you go against God's word. You cannot go against God's principle.
That's not going against God's word.
How?
What the Bible tells us, the Bible is whitewashed. If you fucking believe
oh my fucking God, Keith. Oh, so now everything is whitewashed.
It's the Bible. Who came up with the Bible? God did not sit down and write that Bible, Dana. God damn it. No, he did not. These right motherfuckers did.
So God didn't. So wait. So God didn't
write the Bible.
God didn't give the premonition to folks to fulfill the Bible, to write the Bible.
God did not write the Bible, but everybody want to talk about God this, God that, like he was here to write the Bible. Goddamn it, that's just confusing, motherfucker.
Okay. All right.
I am a non-religious person. I do not pick any religion just because everything has been altered to somebody's agenda.
And you know what I notice about a lot of Democrats?
Yeah.
A lot of Democrats don't want to acknowledge the truth unless it fits their agenda, unless it fits their scheme.
And motherfucking Republicans is motherfucking liars. They be lying and just believing they lies and all that kind of stuff. They be narcissistic.
What lies have and see, and this is going to turn into a Republican Democratic thing. I'm not either one. I don't vote. And I'm going to tell you why. And because the voting shit is for people who stuck in the ideology of living as a fucking corporation.
We having this discussion and you don't vote. I just fell all the way on the side of my
right. I don't vote. Like I'm crazy. I'm not a corporation, T.
Oh my God, everybody vote Democrat. Don't listen to Dana. Vote Democrat. All right, my bad.
The fuck out of here if you think I'm gonna vote Democrat or Republican. All them motherfuckers retarded to me if you ask me.
Listen, okay, it's good to have gay people and lesbian people feel comfortable in their own skin. They don't have to hide.
Yes, Toy, call in after after T.
Hold on, give me a minute to speak my half on the gay community, okay?
Please do, because
the gay and lesbian community do not have to commit suicide and worry about suicide thoughts because they can be free and express who they love, how they love. Just like black people at one point in time couldn't date white people, and I'm mixed, so I'm speaking on this shit. Nobody wanted.
Oh, wait.
Kill him.
Hey, Cheryl Jackson.
They would kill him.
Hold on, wait. Hey, Cheryl Jackson. I don't know. Don't bring that shit over here.
No, sir. We don't care about if he did it.
I don't give a fuck if he went to jail or not. That's not my concern. Do not bring that drama over here. And we don't deal with that. Keep that over there. And better yet, I'm going to help you out. I'm tired of the drama. And it's going to stop.
Mike Tyson be smoking all that weed. Okay, he be hotboxing with Mike Tyson.
It's going to stop. I'm tired of drama.
He just smoke weed all the time. Okay, I love watching hotboxing with Mike Tyson.
Keisha, get up my phone talking crazy. Shut up.
You ever watch Mike Tyson hotboxing?
You stupid.
Have you ever watched it? You see him smoking and they be joking and shit.
Nigga, get off my phone.
You know, this line, you let me speak on Democratic peace on your phone. I ain't ever think this would happen. Okay? I appreciate you. I like this commentary. I love it when you had a special guest. Awesome. All right, Dan, I'm letting you go.
Hello.
Take care. Have a good one. All right.
Keisha.
Bye.
I'm live now. Okay, we'll call in 470-355-8221. I do not. Yeah, call in, Toy. 470-355-8221. Man, look, I'm not trying to use my platform as a. You're live on Live Raw and Uncut with Actor Dana J. How can I help you?
Good afternoon, Actor Dana. Hey.
Okay.
Damn, that's all you got to say, okay?
Hold on, Toy. I really ain't hear you. Shut the hell up, Gucci. What's up?
What's up, man? Hey, I just need 2 minutes, okay?
Right.
And I'm going to make this real loud and clear to all the people, them other bloggers. I ain't going to call nobody name on your show, but they know who I'm talking about, that are posting my picture on their chat or on their so-called wall. I just left my lawyer office, and he said to tell you this. My picture better be off your wall by 5 today. If not, you will be getting a letter in your email with a cease and desist. And if it's not down by tomorrow, you will get an harassment charge plus a lawsuit because you're trying to defame me from what I do for a living. Okay? Because they're talking about I'm Rob set up dumbass. I do shows for more than Rob, Usher, Jill Scott. I don't work for them. They work for me when I book the show. So I don't know how I get to be a setup of Rob. But I'm telling you, take my goddamn name off your book. I mean, my picture. I don't give a fuck what you want to call my name. All right? But if my name is still on your board, after 5 today, you will get served. And I make sure an investigator find you to serve you. Because my picture ain't got shit to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with Rob being set up dumbass. This from 99 to 2004. I started promoting Rob 2008. And I ain't promote Rob. Rob worked for me when I booked him. I don't know how I get to be a setup, but I know what it is, Dana. When everybody don't like what you're saying, they try to go after people that you cool with, which is the dumbest shit in the world. So I'm just asking them, remove my picture from their board, from their chat, because I don't need friends and I ain't making no friends. So y'all can just leave me the fuck alone. And that's the only time I'm going to say this shit. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious, man. Because instead of they join force and try to fight for Rob, they're trying to come up with this conspiracy bullshit. I don't know how dumb can you be. A promoter don't work for an artist. The artist work for the promoter. I pay him all his money up front, then he work for me. So how can I make stuff a damn, setup shit? It's stupid. I book for.
Let me ask you this question, Gucci.
Yes, sir.
And I had to get to this point. When you allow slow people in your energy system. That stagnates who you are.
Yes, it does. I'm not
So at the
gonna lie.
end of the day, how can you be fast fucking with slow people?
You can't.
Right.
You can't. And if you notice,
So wait,
long.
so wait,
Yeah,
Gucci. And with that being said, and you know my name has been slandered. It's
Oh,
paperwork
yes.
coming, but I refuse to give any energy to slow people. So at the end of the day, here's what I'm going to say. When you do what you do, you know it's going to be talked about, but fine. Whether you do good, whether you do bad, whether you do indifferent, you're going to be talked about.
Right.
At the end of the day, people opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. And this is coming from the clapback king. You know, I could have turned social media over by now, bro. But for what? These people don't deserve that. We had a bigger fight. At the end of the day, here's what I'm doing. I'm putting stuff in place where people are just going to look and say, oh, they were just here just to create chaos. At the end of the day, when they do half of what I do, then come talk to me. Until then, mother had you, mother had you, mother carried you, mother fuck you. That's just where I'm at with it.
I'm with you. And if you notice how long I sit back, but when I see they took my picture with my truck in the background and put it on his page, that what got me. I don't care about your car, my name.
That means they are fans of yours, Gucci.
Okay.
That means
I know they all fans.
that means they
Niggas
fans of yours.
my energy, you know, but don't put me on no stupid ass board, cause nigga, I got enough money to buy your black ass. I don't need Rob money. I got my own money.
Look, check this out.
Shit.
And I totally agree, because Florence said yes, but when it begins to affect your personal life and business, it's no joke. That's true.
Right, and that's what this is doing, because I got a call, Dana, from somebody all the way and shit in Indiana, and said, dude, I was seeing why dude putting you business talk about Gucci, watch him. He the setup thing. And he's like, don't you know what you do? You pay the artist to perform for you. And that's when I had to say something. That means if I'm trying to do business in another state, they see that shit. I don't want nobody to come say, well, we ain't gonna invest with Gucci. We ain't gonna do this with Gucci because Gucci setting up the art or whatever. You see, that's what I'm saying. I don't care they talk about my name, because you know what? That shit don't bother me. But when you start with my picture and trying to fuck with my money, then that's when we have a thing. Because nigga, I make too much money in this shit to be worried about your little dumbass talking about I'm the setup this, I'm the setup what. You're a dumbass. If you notice, the motherfucker you had on your show talk about he's the truth. That's who's doing this setup, not me. Not me. I don't need to set nobody up, because right now I'm sitting my black ass down trying to book me 5 cities right now with Usher starting December. So I ain't got to set nobody up. But I just don't want you put my picture on none of your shit.
Gucci.
Leave me out of your shit.
Gucci. When
Yes, Dad. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. When there's no commentary to be had, what else do they have to do?
I noticed that.
Somebody just went out there and said that I said that somebody went out there and said that I said that old boy went to jail. Nobody said that from on this side. Honestly, I don't give a fuck if he go to jail or not. I know he's going to jail. I do know that. But have he went to jail yet? I don't know. That's not my concern. And then, oh, I'm jealous because of an apartment. Nigga, I'm happy for you. I want you to get the fuck off the street. Maybe you can be a productive person. I don't give, one thing about me, I love when people win. Why? Why? Because if you winning, but that mean that you don't got time to talk about me. But that mean that you don't got time to lie on me. But I'm going to win regardless.
The reason why us as black folks are so fucked up in America, because we try to sit and focus on another person's business.
No.
Focus on your own business,
No.
and you will see a progress you get.
No, but that's not why we fucked up in America. But let's keep it real. And it's not that people focus on other people's business. I'm gonna tell you why. Jealousy is a bitch.
Yes.
Jealousy feeds envy. Envy feeds straight out hate. At the end of the day, when a motherfucker want to do what you do and can't do what you do, that's when they get envy. Bruh, people don't know with what I do comes demons, bruh. It comes bigger demons. I'm gonna keep it 100. I seen where all this started out and between me and dude. This started between, I'm gonna tell you where it started. It all started with the rally. And because D. Wilson told him to come link with me and then let's link everything together. I didn't know nothing about that dude. I didn't know nothing about him until I heard that he was talking about me. So then I went and jumped on his live, and then his story changed.
It's the same thing with me. I ain't never had no problem with dude putting in his board. Dude came to my hotel room that night. They sat, they talked, they broadcast live from my hotel room in Chicago. Next thing we left Chicago after Rob's trial, then all this.
Okay, XO.
Then Gucci got into shit. How? What the fuck did I get into shit for?
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you, man. When you look at the root of all of this shit, the root of it is a man with an agenda that slick talks and that gets people to listen to him. At the end of the day, this ain't about you, Gucci. This ain't about me. It ain't about old boy, and it ain't about old boy and Bolingbrook. This shit is about a nigga that openly told you, I got Rob's music. I'm taking it overseas. If you look at the root, anything that's helping Rob, he's against. But then he camouflage it and say, oh, I got $1 million initiative. Nigga, that initiative is for your fucking lawyers because you know you going to jail. You know your cooperative shit has been revoked. I'm just not saying, nigga, if I open up my fucking email, I keep saying it. If I open up my email, everything will fall into place. But for what? That's not my fight. That's not my fucking job. God's job is to save the hoes. Why should I go out and play Captain Save a Hole when God's job is to protect and save them? At the end of the day, here's what I'm going to say. Let the people believe what they want. I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck. There's no new friends coming this way.
I'm like you, Dana. I'm for real. Like I told you last, you remember I said, I don't know why all this shit. At the end of the day, this is about my boy. This is about your boy, Rob. That's what we need to be focusing on, the injustice that she's getting. But everybody's so busy trying to target somebody. What the fuck? Who are you? Nigga, you ain't even finished high school to come talk about
Gucci, but check this. That's not even important. That man gotta have his own fight. That man know within his heart what he's really doing. That's not for us to decide. Only thing we can do, Gucci, pray for them folks and keep that shit going. And I'm only praying once because I feel as though my breath is more important.
Yes.
I'm real. Right now, I'm at a point where I'm real selfish. And I should have been like this from day one, but no. Dana got a good heart. Dana want people to just see what's going on. Nigga, if I really tell the fucking truth and stop sparing people's feelings, people be like, oh shit, that's what's really going on. Yo, and you know what I'm gonna do? And because I'm just so tired of people saying, I did this for Rob, I did this. Fuck the I. When I first jumped back into this, it was a we thing for everything. It was a we thing. It turned into an I thing the minute I said I'm closing all access off to Rob. Then all of a sudden, oh, I've been had a way to Rob. I been did this. Well, if that's how you fucking felt, why didn't you use that route?
Right. Why you use that route?
At the end of the day, I'm tired of the bullshit. Keep the shit 100, and when you keep it 100, it is what it is.
That's what it is. But it's like, it just really, like I told you before, it just get to me how to see how, you know, everybody want to say you don't know Rob, but all of them meet Rob through you.
Watch this. I don't know Rob, but I'm a mole. I don't know Rob, but I set Rob up. Man, look, the more time we spend on remedial ass shit makes you feel, it makes you feel a remedial. I can't do it no more, man.
Man, this shit is getting to my nerve.
Why?
You know, and I'm like,
I'll sit back, I'll pull up a stogie, I'll get some sushi, and I'll laugh in that fucking face. Just like niggas talking about, oh, Dana J this, Dana J. Nigga, at the end of the day, I show up when I show up. If it's any smoke, I'm with it. I'm with it. But right now,
long Dana, like
I'm not
you said,
fucking with this shit. It ain't. Yo, look. Spitting Fire and Black Mender said the one thing that made sense. You can't argue with internet niggas that you can't reach out and touch.
Thank you. You know what? And it took me long enough to even say it till I see my pictures last night. Otherwise, you know, Dana, I wasn't gonna say shit. But when somebody called me and talk about niggas talking and all this and putting my name and trying to make me my business look bad,
they your fans. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't until a couple people broke that shit down to me. But they was like, Dana, you going back and forth. Why? These are your fans you going back and forth with. I said, huh? I said, oh, okay, well, fuck it. I ain't gonna need me go back and forth. Yeah, at the end of the day, old boy know what he did to me. And I'm not even talking about the one that put your joint on the board, but I'm talking about the other one. He know what he did. That's not for me to jump on here and say, that motherfucker did. Now, if you would have caught me about 9 months ago, I would have ate his ass alive on this motherfucker. But for what? I'm at the point where people are going to follow who they want to follow. People like who they like. At the end of the day, I said it. Anybody that left here that go over there, stay your ass over there because you can't come back here. I'm not like that minded people. I don't think like them.
And I'm with you, man, because the thing is, man, this is supposed to be a fight, but it seems like you are the target of everybody's fight, and I'm trying to figure why.
I'm the target because I got the most knowledge. I know what everybody want to know.
Yeah, but
that's why I'm the target.
Everybody they want to, and then we'll make it bad.
And then I'm gonna keep it honest, Gucci. I cannot be controlled.
Right.
So now that I can't be controlled, I got to get out the way.
You know, but the part that gets me, this part gets me, then. All this supposed to be, everybody's supposed to be trying to showcase how they're doing Rob bad.
You're missing it, Gucci. You're missing the mark.
I'm missing everything on it. Man. I swear,
Gucci, and you're missing the mark because where you at now is where I was at a year ago. And the mark is this. Everybody is supposed to be fighting for Rob, right?
Right.
But everybody is not in this for Rob.
No, they're not.
Everybody that's in this have a different movement, have a different agenda. And when you don't fit their agenda, then you moving wrong. Then you representing wrong. But wait. What you're going to find on these YouTube streets is a lot of backwards ass story because, oh, Dana J ain't moving right because he didn't say something about this, but then this person is moving perfectly, but that person has said this about R. Kelly. So if we fighting for R. Kelly, how can people that talk negative about R. Kelly come in and nobody say a motherfucking thing? That's the first thing. Second thing is when the person that says something about it, oh, you just bullying him. Well, this is what I do. You take your like-minded self over there and y'all do what y'all do. Dana J gonna close off everything and we do what we do. It's just so funny that a lot of my commentary and a lot of stuff I do end up on everybody's page. And the one thing I can say, when one of the people have removed themselves out the situation, they don't have them to talk about. And then when I remove myself, they don't have nothing to talk about. So what they talk about now? Sylvia, you, Dallas, Randa. But what can you say about those folks? Every last one of y'all are progressive people that hold y'all own and don't give a fuck and don't need nobody to do shit. So, so at the end of the day, what do that progress? Envy and jealousy. Why? Because they can't move the way you move. At the end of the day, I've been said it. If yo printing shirts is keeping his head above float, that's him being progressive. I can respect a man that would get out there and work versus a man that'll get out there and beg.
Right. You know, but yeah, man, I'm gonna continue to listen. Go ahead, and you know you got all the support. I don't give a fuck what niggas say. They can't stop me from talking to who I want to talk to.
Man, look,
you know,
check this
they
out.
need to come be part of this shit and learn to live life and stop cage up in a motherfucking little shack ass room.
When I last recall,
traveling world.
When I last recall, Gucci, when I die, I'm not going to die in a bunk bed. And when I die, I'm not going to die, you know, with anybody. My whole thing is this. When I got sick, it was only certain of y'all, but I made sure I was good.
Right.
So all this other distraction shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Because when I got sick, I got sick.
Yeah.
I heard the chatter. Oh, the nigga faking like he's sick. Nigga, if I could have gave you what I got, you will understand, nigga. 2 strands of pneumonia, 1 strand of asthma, 1 strand of sinusitis. Shit could have took me out of here, bro.
Right.
Could have took me out of here. That's why I don't even entertain it, because you looking for me to come back. You looking for me to sustain you. I sustain people long enough. I got people on life support now, and I'm pulling the plug.
I'm with you. Pull that shit.
So,
to the point now,
so at the end of the day, it's good to hear, Gucci. It's good to hear. But sometimes, and you gotta hear, store, dismiss.
Right.
I found out some information yesterday that fucked me up about friends of mine but now I gotta have a conversation with.
Right.
I got friends that made it that's jealous of another friend that made it. Now, how you think that's gonna make me feel? Yeah. So all this stuff that they talking, yo, I got friends. Like I'm trying to get these 4 brothers on an album together. And they don't like one. So I'm looking at it like I'm fucked up. Because now I gotta look at, do I just sit back and just let it go? Or when one of my friends get out of this situation, do I bring them all to the table and see what the fuck really going on?
Right. So you got a decision.
Right.
You got to deal with it. Yeah.
But that's why I say, like, some of this shit that they talking, man, is nonsense. I see everything. I see the motherfucking chat. Oh, fuck him. He doing this. Did you see something about did you hear about the documentary that he's doing? He's scamming. Yo, one thing about me, I don't have to scam about nothing.
But this is the thing that gets me, Dana. Everything a person want to do, why it's always got to be a scam? You know why? It's because they're so used to scamming, they think everybody want to scam.
Not just that. It's the fact of they didn't think about it.
Right.
So when you don't think about something and somebody come up with something that you feel as though that you're capable of doing, it breeds envy. It breeds jealousy.
Right.
At the end of the day,
crazy, man.
Whatever they do is what they do.
You know,
I'm gonna say this. I'm going to move without them. And what's going to kill them is when they see a real documentary up there and they're going to say, damn, we could have been part of this shit.
Yeah, but nah.
I'm not fucking with nobody who don't fuck with me.
I'm with you. That's why I don't fuck. That's why I don't fuck with too much niggas any damn way. Cause niggas are like shit flies. They stay in too much shit. Sorry to say, but we sometimes are a worst damn enemy, and we're not. Sometimes we are because we're too busy focused in trying to bring it lifting. You know, you trying to do something positive, but everybody's so focused, calling you name, calling you this, calling you that, but ain't nobody can show a proof of shit.
Watch this, Gucci. Watch this, Gucci. I proved a prime fact. Everybody jumped on Instagram. Everybody jumped on social media and said they was the one that did the rallies. Dana J ain't do shit. They did this. They did that. I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. I ain't doing a motherfucking rally. Y'all do it. Have you seen a rally since? Have you seen a rally since, Gucci?
No.
Okay, so now that we got one on the 28th coming up, and then I'm jumping on something with Steven Jackson and Jamie Foxx. Now I'm jumping on something, and with that, as far as another rally in Houston, let's see what they got to say then.
Yeah.
What up, Vi?
It's something crazy here.
Here's my thing. You can always say, and you can always slander somebody, but if you don't have no proof, just like people think I forgot about it. I supposed to have been in Vegas with Larry Angelo for Asriel's birthday party. I'm still waiting on this video footage, and I've been waiting for now 6 months. I'm waiting on this video footage. But when people ask me to show footage of old boy saying what he said, I provided footage. That was him.
Okay.
That wasn't his brother. That was him. So where's the footage of me doing anything? I bet you can't find it. And the footage of me doing anything is just like saying, y'all got the 4 tapes of R. Kelly. You can't find it because it never happened.
Right. And it just, whew. And you know what? But dang, like I told Sylvia.
But then, wait a minute, Gucci, hold up. Make it make sense. I was at a birthday party for Asriel and with Asriel, Angelo, and Larry. But Asriel don't know me.
That shit's crazy as hell. It just, everybody want to be a detective. Everybody want to be an investigator. And they can't even spell investigator. You know? And this shit is getting old. It's getting old. Every day, it's the same bullshit over and over. It's just a different way they putting it. When they can't find who to talk about, then they just come up with all kind of crap. And then you got people really listening to the shit. I mean, you have people that narrow-minded that they can't even put 2 and 2 together themselves to see right from wrong, left from right, that you listen to all this narrative bullshit. I mean, come on, people.
It's not that it's not that they can't put it together. It's the fact that you got people who hate Dana because Dana don't do what they want Dana to do.
Right. I believe that. I really believe that shit. You know, you have the people that, you know, they're so busy focused, don't know what to say about Dana today. So today we just gonna start some shit.
I'm still waiting on these 5 ladies, but I said I raped them.
Right. You know, they come up with all kind of shit. You stole cashier's check. You stole this. And that's how you know people are retarded because ain't nobody can cash a cashier's check without the person that is made in their name. Or if you take it to a bank, that person got to be present for you to deposit it. So I'm like, these are some dumbass people.
Well,
that just wanted something to say.
but I'm gonna say this. You know, I called the bank, and you know I have it recorded. Now, the problem is this, and this is what the bank is working on now. Who's Clara Smith? And here's the question that they asked me. If Clara Smith is a fraud person, why didn't that Kelly person, Lisa Kelly or whatever her name Kelly was, why didn't she come back and file a fraud report?
Yeah. Because all of them, it was too much bullshit, fake ass shit going on. Anybody can make up a fake cashier's check receipt online.
No.
Anybody, you know.
No, wait. That check was real. It was real. It was some numbers that was missing. That's why it had to be confirmed by the back office. I can go get my pad and I can play the recording. They said, plain and simple, if this is a fraud situation, Lisa Kelly need to come in and do a fraud. But Lisa Kelly have not came in and said anything about fraud. Better yet, she had deposited more checks into Clara Smith.
So they're forging documents.
Right. So the thing is, they asked me, who's Clara Smith? I said, I don't know. They told me plain and simple, Clara Smith, it was deposited into Clara Smith account, and that account is in North Carolina. I find it funny, and I'm gonna, even though me and Shaborn don't get along and we don't talk, I find it funny that Shaborn uttered these words a while ago. Ain't no drama start with this shit until the Carolinas got involved. And I had to sit back and look at that as today.
Yeah.
When them Carolinas got involved with shit, that's when everything started going haywire.
And that's a bad thing, you know, because boy, it's like they're on a mission to seek and destroy you. That's the mission I see. Seek and destroy Dana.
Well, guess what?
All means necessary.
But guess what? I'm planted by the rivers of the water. I'm that tree that they can't fuck with.
Yeah.
And my thing is this. I've never been known to steal nothing from nobody's house to prove a point.
But that's what gets me, you know. Everybody don't.
And there's so much I can unleash, but for what? That's all that's going to do is keep drama up. And then people going to be like, oh, I told y'all Dana the drama person. And then people going to play the victim. Oh, look at this. I'm going to the police. I'm going this. Well, if you was going to the police, you should have did that when you tried to get me locked up.
Right.
That's my thing.
Yeah, it's just crazy, you know, to see how out of hand this old situation got. I've never seen a situation got out of hand this bad where people got to try to destroy a person, old professional image, or... Wait,
Gucci. August Finest. And you said at Gucci, you have to think when Dana came on the scene, he told us he worked for Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which I was at that time. And he would know if Rob was being investigated by the feds. Then he put the lies kept coming. Here's the question. What lies kept coming?
But the thing is, But the thing
Because
is,
my thing is, hold up,
you was
Gucci.
working for Georgia Bureau of Investigation. You would not know the feds because Georgia Bureau of Investigation is not the feds.
But the thing is this: during that time, that's when Tim Savage and them was trying to get Rob charges up in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, right? I remember.
And if
that.
you notice, when I told you, when I went and met with Paul Howard, Paul said, "Yo, I'm not bringing no charge because this shit phony." And those were his exact words: "This shit phony." And now
Why they don't realize it, Dana. Sorry to cut you off. That's why they don't realize. That's why there's no charge for Atlanta. Atlanta keeps saying there's no shit he did here. It's bullshit. That's why if you go back to last week when the judge got mad, don't you all realize this judge got mad when the judge said, "Okay, prosecutor, I want to know the time that these crimes happened. I want you to break down these charges to me because all this shit look phony." Whenever you see a judge go that route and said, "Tell me the date these crimes happened," because all these girls running around on TV talking about they was a victim. And then the biggest one, let me tell you, the biggest one was that girl, Faith Roger, when she said she self-cure STD. There is no medicine in America you can take to self-cure STD. Now, if you was having a breakout, you can take a pill. But you can't cure it. You know why she said that shit? They was fucking up her money because ain't no other rapper, ain't no other person want to fuck with her. Because they know she go around and say she got STD, so she had to make it look good.
well, here's the thing.
You gotta think.
Faith Rogers just said that she wasn't a victim, and she said that she don't have a STD.
STD, right. So that's, you notice, that's when the judge said, "You know what? Okay, so now I need to see the exact date this stuff happened, the time it happened, and I want to see the exact charges." That's why after this shit, when that judge get that response, judge gonna file all kind of motion then to dismiss charges.
Here's my thing, and let's go ahead, Gucci. Somebody said that they always say that Dana got cases against him. Look, whatever case I got against me, if I got any, I'm not aware of it. But if I got a case, I'm not hard to find. I'm in the system on both sides of the fence. And then when they want to bring up, "Oh, he got a forgery charge," don't bring up the charge without bringing up in the end part. And the end part is he was exonerated. He was acquitted.
Man,
It wasn't him.
I didn't even know why they bring in a personal background. What the fuck that got to do with nothing? Everybody damn near got a background sometime in their life, maybe.
But look,
right?
But
You know.
but look, don't try to bring up my background and don't want to bring up yours.
Yeah, because you done more than like all the people bringing up yours. They spend time in prison. So what the fuck you worry about a person's background? Apparently you was a criminal because you did a whole bunch of time. So quit worrying about another person's background, because sometime in our life we all make mistakes. Yes, we grow up and we correct those mistakes, you know, but you got to give a person the benefit of the doubt. We change, we this, we that. I'm never gonna say, "Oh, that nigga full of shit, he did this, he did that." No, I'm gonna let you prove me wrong again. And that's the thing with Rob. Just like that, Rob was too kind to everybody, and everybody around didn't mean to no good, and they all turning their back, hurting him, and he's still in jail. You know why? Because he won't say nothing about none of this shit going on, because he's still giving all these niggas benefit of the doubt that they're my boy, they're my people. That I don't believe they're turning against me. I don't believe this, and everybody knows. It's a whole bunch of people turning against Rob, because if you look, racketeering carry 6 or more people. Rob is the only person charged with racketeering. So what happened to the other 5, 6 of them? Because they're telling on him. And if they look at indictment, they will see one of the person playing and claim running around saying he's Rob advisors this. Okay, the DR guy. Okay. If they can read indictment, they can see there's a bank in there with his name and his mama name saying, yes. So Rob just got to realize that every nigga that call himself your friend is not your friend. Every brother you got that say you my brother, it don't mean you my brother.
I'm gonna say this.
Be hateful. You could be jealous of me.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it here. I think when he come home, he don't need to unpack shit. He need to get a big ass U-Haul and get the fuck out of Chicago and never look
Get
back.
out of Chicago. And that's number one, because people can say what they want to say, but Chicago did turn their back on Rob, and Rob do so much for that city, regardless if people want to agree with me or not.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep it 100. And this is where a lot of Chicago people get mad at. And I sat back and I watched it. I watched old boy say, Chicago people, we don't get out and protest. Now watch. I watched them say that for 2 months. We do things different here. Okay. But when George Floyd, aka Twin, got murdered, didn't Chicago get out and do not one, not two, but 3 protests, and everybody jumped on board?
Yes, and they tore Chicago up.
Now watch this. If they really fuck with Rob, there wouldn't have been no Dana J spearheading a fucking rally in Chicago. Why? Because they would have jumped out there the way they did and for George Floyd.
Right.
I said it once and I say it again. People of today are not about real change. They are opportunists. And they seen that's a great way to jump on and do something, and they went with it. At the end of the day, I know people gonna get mad about it, but I'm gonna keep it 100. Only one man from Chicago I seen out there marching, and that was that crazy ass Dabowski. That was the only one. And then Kevin jumped on board afterwards. But then when he felt as though he had the juice that he can do it alone, that's when he wanted to separate. So then let's keep it real. The real thing is, it wasn't that I came to do a rally. The problem was I'm not from Chicago, and I showed them how to operate in Chicago. Let's talk about the real truth. So the truth is not the rally, and the truth is not the listening party. The truth is I'm not from Chicago. I had no business coming into Chicago territory showing them how to do shit.
Right.
And at the end of the day, me and Dabowski do not get along. We don't talk. But I'm a man. I give people credit to where credit is due.
Right. You know, and it's the truth, like you said, you know, but I told somebody that. I said it's a shame for all this stuff this man do for Chicago. He just like when the whole family burned in that fire. That man took his money, paid for people's funeral, and nobody came to stand up and say, nah, this not the Rob. This man do too much for Chicago. Rob donates so much money to Trina. Rob donates so much money to Chicago to feed homeless people, for the all kind of shit. But that's why I told you, I'm not going to lie to you. That's one thing I'm going to tell you about the Jamaican. This Rob was a Jamaican. All these motherfuckers would have been there for Rob. Every Jamaican artist would have been there for Rob. You see, when my cousin went to jail, Buju Banton, every Jamaican artist put money together to get him $1 million lawyer. Everyone, they didn't give a fuck about who said what, because they stand up on their own 2 feet. That's the only damn thing with the difference. You know, Jamaicans stand for their own.
I'm gonna say this, Gucci.
And, you know,
I'm gonna say this, Gucci, and I'm gonna leave it here. When Rob come home, this is what I hope. I hope he don't say nothing to nobody, not even me,
none,
for 30 days and just look back over everything that has been done. And everybody that wasn't vocal for him need to come and sit with him and talk to him and tell him why.
Right. Yeah.
At the end of the
I'm
day,
with you.
at the end of the day, he deserves that much because he jumped for other people. Let's
Yes,
keep
he
it
does.
real. When that lady got shot, R. Kelly could have stood there and said, yeah, I'm R. Kelly. You know, I helped do this, I helped do that. No, he faded the black and got the fuck away.
You know, it's just time we wake up, and it's time we support our own. You know, you cannot tell this man is guilty and they have not faced nothing. We are still got a right where we're in it, where you know we got to be proven guilt. We got to be proven that we're innocent, whatever you want to say. But this man ain't even get a day.
Wait. Joshua Miller, you can say what you want, but I know firsthand he's innocent.
You know, it's people like that.
Are you have any
people
facts
like that,
proving that he's not innocent?
It's people like that that make everything look bad, because how is he guilty? First of all, every one of these girls lie about their age. Okay, they went to him. He didn't go to them. They went and find him at his shows. That means somebody bring them there, and they lied to him about his. Okay, so what? It's a lot of men like younger girls. Look at a lot of our damn parents. A lot of our grandparents, our grandmas, some of our parents are damn near 15, 20 years older than our mama, our daddy. My daddy is 18 years older than my mom. But I guess now it's wrong. But back in the days, all these dope boys running around in the 80s with their cars, and shit, 30, 40, seeing these young girls putting on makeup and trying to get with them, but all of a sudden, since it's Rob, it's wrong. Elvis Presley married Lisa when she was 14 and he was 25. Okay? Jerry Lee Lewis. All of them motherfuckers, but the white folks did not chastise it because they didn't cheer. But 90% of the people that are saying Rob is guilty is black folks. Black folks. And this man ain't get a day in court to do. None of y'all do your research to see all these lying ass effers lying. Lisa Van lied. You see, they took her off the case because she's not trustworthy. Fake Rogers running around now saying she's not a victim, but she's the one who started all this shit. Now she ain't got STD no more. She's self-cured. How anybody can read? Go look it up and see how can you self-cure STD. There is no such thing. But Rob is innocent. The problem, people, you got to realize when them folks ready to target somebody, they're gonna target them.
Well,
they are.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep it 100. They ain't finished.
No, they're not. They're not.
And I'm gonna say this: if us few folks, which is not a lot, didn't jump out there to defend Rob, they would have had easy pickings with Chris Brown, Trey Songz. Think about it. Everybody that got their masters, they going after.
Yeah.
And nobody is looking at this. Michael Jackson, gone.
Prince.
But wait, here's the crazy part. Michael Jackson didn't own all of his masters, but he owned the most popular masters that everybody want, was the Beatles.
The Beatles. Yes. And then white folks was mad as hell.
So you get Mike out the way. Mysteriously, Prince dies in an elevator of an overdose. But 24 hours, he was perfectly healthy. R. Kelly asked for his masters. Surviving R. Kelly come out, he go to jail. He's being held there, and the judge in Illinois specifically said in his order, we doing this backwards because we holding this man and don't have nothing on him to hold him with. Everything is allegations.
Right.
Whitney Houston was a sacrifice for Beyonce and Blue Ivy.
You know.
At the end of the day, it's crazy because the music industry No, not just the music industry, but the industry period. It's evil.
Partner, I know. I've been in this since 15 years old. That's why in 96, I left and became a promoter. I didn't want to deal with it no more when Pac died because this fucking music industry will bill you and they will cut your ass in two so fast, you don't know what happened.
Then I'm going to ask this question, Gucci, and this is a question that I know you can't answer. Even though I know the truth and you know the truth, but most people say, well, Dana, you're a conspiracy theorist. Okay, well, I'm gonna ask this question. Is Tupac dead or alive? We know, the real people know what's going on, but that's not to be discussed.
Right, it's not to be because it's just a lot, you know?
I'm just gonna say this. If Tupac is dead, his new mixtape that come out next week shouldn't talk shit about nothing that's going on now. And I'm gonna leave that there.
Wait, you remember a couple around 8 years ago when they dropped one and he talked about America about to see the first black president?
Oh, you talking about Death Faker?
Let me tell you something. I was around that nigga from 91.
Thank you, Dirk.
96. And I listened to a lot of his shit. And there was never a more smarter dude than him. Okay? You know, it's just like I post something on Facebook that he said. He said, sooner or later, you're going to piss the black folks off where we are going to do more to get attention. And he said, all the peaceful march, that shit didn't work. Look, he said, look at Martin Luther King. Did all the peaceful march. Where is he at now? Dead. He said, look at the Black Panthers. They did it. Where they at? In jail. So he said, sooner or later, you are going to pay attention to us when we get violent. And what they did now, they pay attention. All of a sudden, they changed the law. Cops cannot, wrestle you no more. When Trayvon Martin and all of them did that, and they did all the peaceful march, and shit worked. That's why I told people, I'm not for the part of them burning the small business, but I wish that it burn all the fucking Walmart down, because the only thing in America they pay attention to you is when you get into their money. That's why they start paying attention to a lot of them when these people start do the Verizon store, they start mess up the bank, all the big company, then they start paying attention.
Hey, J-Rock, go stand in the corner, yo.
You know?
Gucci, J-Rock said, I think Faith got the same medication that gay dude had in that church talking about, I'm not gay no more, I'm deliberate.
I don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate you for donating to the channel. But
the thing is, we just need to stay focused on a mission, and if we can just start put shit out there so people can see the facts about Rob shit, that the lies, that's what we need to focus on. We're focused on too much negative shit, just too much.
Not just that. And we need to focus on injustice as a whole. Because right now, what's going on is you have white folks that's saying black folks have been done wrong. But then you have black folks that's saying black folks have not been done wrong.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Where that came from.
Make it make sense. Yo, anytime you got white folks saying, how is it that the LGBTQ community get 40 acres in the mule and reparations and be for Indians and colored folks? That's a slap in the face, but that came from Obama. At the end of the day, I still say what I say about Obama. I like the way he moved. I like the way he dressed. I like the way he talked. I just believe that he wasn't the good president for that time. Just like with this goddamn Simpson character that's in office now. I think he's an asshole.
Not think he is.
But it takes an asshole to beat a bigger asshole. Obama wasn't going to go against the Rothschilds. But look who you see going against him. You see Trump going against him. Trump got his own money.
Come on, D right there.
So
yeah, it's crazy, man. But I'm so glad we talk about this and we hear a lot of this stuff out. I'm glad because people just need to start face the fact about the truth, man, and stop just always put everything on you. Damn, Dana, I can't even hang with you too much no more because they're gonna tell me I'm your sidekick next.
Hey. And remember, they said I stole from the Dollar for the King, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm still waiting on to find out how can I steal from the federal government.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see why I ain't get a ride in the car that you're supposed to buy.
No, it's a black truck, a Yukon Denali.
Oh.
And Sylvia's supposed to have helped me get it, but everybody know I don't like trucks.
Oh Lord. Yeah, so but we don't worry about that, man. You just keep doing what you do. Ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing, and just make it work, and just continue to do you and put the good thing out, and let's stay focused for Rob, and then we go from there because that's all we need right now. We don't need none of this negative crap. Rob need only positive going on because there's too much going against him right now. Too much. The man, next month gonna be 1 year since he's locked up in a cell. So, that's not nothing, man. Cool. The lowest time in a man's life is when he's locked up in jail.
Right.
So let's just continue to say a prayer for him. Continue to keep him in our, faith. Continue to say what's up. And then we just go from there, man. And you just do what you do. And I'm going to continue to listen. And I thank you for calling. And
I ain't calling. You call me.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I said thank you for me to call in.
No, you said thank you for calling in.
Oh, damn, I did? Oh, I see. You know what? I need a drink. They've been pissing me off. But I'm not going to drink until Miami on the 28th, 26th.
Man, and you need to come up with them Airbnbs, man, so people know what we're doing.
Oh, we're doing it today. We're doing it today. We got the pool.
Oh, you said that last week.
Hey, I'm waiting on the ladies.
No, you need to go ahead and make that happen.
All right, well, me and Sylvia are doing that right now.
No, Sylvia's in here talking about CNN reported that court filings from the U.S. Attorney's Office of Central District of California accused the celebrity lawyer of violating the conditions of his temporary and release by, and then it stops.
Is that the one with Mike Avenatti or who?
Yeah, I need to jump on that now because I need to
jump on it now. All right, go ahead. Call Sylvia. Let Sylvia tell you about it, and I'm gonna listen to you. All right.
All right.
And thanks. All right, cool.
All right. Hey, Toy, call in, Toy. Not better yet. I got one better. Nobody meets the Woo. Shout out to my boy Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. The Woo will continue.
Hello.
Hello. Can I speak to Toy?
Who?
Toy.
You got the wrong number.
Okay. I'm sorry. I tried to call you back, Toy, but I guess I had the wrong number. Call in, Toy. That's the number you call from. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for supporting the channel. Sorry, you got the wrong number. I said, ooh. But I definitely need to jump on that Michael Avenatti situation ASAP. That joint crazy by using his computer. Oh wow. Hey, a child, how are you? Last thing I want to talk about is this right here. Who support 4th of July? Because I want to let y'all know that 4th of July is not the day of independence for people of color. Our day of independence is coming up in 11 days. 11 days, our day of independence is coming up. And I'm going to show you what our flag looks like. Okay, we're going to go through this again. Here's our flag. Thank you, Miss Dixon. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Here's our flag of independence. The flag of independence is right here. Juneteenth, which is June the 19th. This is our day of independence, not 4th of July. So June the 19th, we need to be out celebrating. That's our day of independence. And you see the color of the flag. This is the real colors of Turtle Island, which we call the United States of America. So the red, white, and blue don't stand for us. Sorry to break people's backs. The red, white, and blue stands for them, the British colony. Green, black, red, yellow stands for us. Hold on. Hello, caller. You live on Live Raw and Uncut with actor Dana J. How can I help you?
What's going on, Dana? How you doing? I know you just called me, but my mom just told me you was calling me. She was late.
Oh. Yeah, hey.
But how you doing? This is Super Smooth.
Oh, what's up, Super Smooth?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I kind of
Thank you
wanted
so
to
much,
heard
man.
you was talking about politics today.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
jump in it. Jump in it.
I wanted to just kind of touch bases on what, you know, with some people just kind of, I always tell people I watch politics every day. It's not just sometimes I tell people, I call them, you only watch it during the presidential candidate.
Right.
You only watch it during, some people I call them part-time politicians.
Right.
So you can't go too deep into politics, just like you can't go too deep into religion, or else you kind of go off in the deep end. And when you and I believe it was Miss Keisha that was talking.
Yeah, Keish T.
Yeah, and it was kind of like I got what both of y'all were saying, but it was, you know, one is too deep on the other side, and you tend to lose people's mentality as to why Obama did what he did. And when you say that, some people be like, well, you taking up for him. And then the people that say that be like, well, he could have done more. So my thing is that this goes back even before Obama.
Right.
How much do you expect the person? He was literally a black man in a White House.
Right.
And when I say black man, I mean black for the people. When I say White House, it was a house full of white people. How much do you expect a black person to do, you know, when your house is ruled by Republicans, or as they call it, the GOP, the Grand Old Party?
So let me ask you this. With the GOP, knowing that the GOP have Democrats running it as well. And when Obama got in office, that's when the Democrats really took over. After I'm gonna say the 5th year of his presidential candidacy, the Democrats ran this place into a fucking ground.
I agree with you. Simple because I think it's just that it was unexpected. It was unexpected that Obama was going to win for presidency. It was, you know, kind of like it looks similar to this situation.
But let me ask you this. Was it unexpected or was it pretty much like selected? Because you got to look at it. Obama didn't come through the ranks with everybody else. Everybody else served
But a lot of
time.
people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. They just seen him pop up on the scene. They seen a black dude running for president, and they was in.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the last time I voted. And back when Obama first became president, I told everybody I didn't give a fuck if Gary Coleman was president. I would have been in that bitch as the world goes to just a beat of just one drum. I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to see somebody that looked like me. But that's
as far as it got. You got to think about it. It's exactly what you said. That's as far as it got. It's somebody in office that looked just like you, and that's exactly what happened. But on the reality of it, this is what I tell people to look at. If you anything about political science, how much do you expect a guy in his position to do? The same as what you remember when the Black Panther Party tried to do things on a conscious level or on a legal, or I would say a civil rights level. The FBI, being led by J. Edgar Hoover, shut them down. So every time people tend to say, well, he didn't do anything. I said, you have to think about one factor that he still would have got knocked down. I felt like, yeah, he could have tried. There could have been some other collective efforts put in, but how much really did you expect somebody to try if he knew that they were going to shut him down? That's why a lot of issues you didn't see Obama talk about, but Michelle did. You can't shut Michelle up, but you can shut Obama down. And I feel like on a lot of issues, that's what happened. But I felt like at least the brother could have tried a little bit more.
Well, I'm going to say this, and people going to get mad at me when I say this. I think Michelle a man.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do people say that? Where did that come from?
Well, mannerisms and the way they carry herself, and it's just certain videos that women don't do shit like that.
What kind of women though? Like, were we used to seeing a woman like that in office? Like, I mean, she was the first Black first lady.
And she wasn't. Just like Obama wasn't the first colored president.
Well, we know that, but they're not gonna put that in writing.
Right.
They're gonna put that on paper.
But when you walking down the steps sideways, groping your groping your private area, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you got mannerisms as a man, it's a man. And I'm sorry because I'm thinking that Michelle might have been an experiment from Michael to Michelle.
If Michelle was an experiment, then you got to credit the presidents before her. A lot of people believe that Hillary Clinton was the president, not Bill Clinton.
And I totally believe that. And watch this. And Keith T, she do not have two beautiful daughters. Those Sasha and Malia were rented. Stop. People need to really look into the situation. And see that, and that's why I don't like get into that. And because if you look at Sasha and Malia, and you don't see them around the Obamas now, do you?
No, they're grown now.
You don't even see them. They're in college. You don't even see them. You don't even see the Obamas, and you don't see the Obamas even at that college, do you?
I think it's just the fact that it's all separated. Everybody's separated. That's
right.
How Chelsea Clinton distanced herself from her mother and father.
Well, Chelsea knew that Bill and Hillary and was messing with them kids. Chelsea ain't want to be bothered with it.
I just feel like Bill, if people say what they say about the Obamas, you got to look at every controversial, every family that's been in the office has been controversial.
And every family that have been in office are all connected some way, in some way, shape, form, and fashion. All of them are connected, whether they third cousins, fifth cousins, 40 cousins, they all connected somewhere.
But that's why, like, I also tell people like this. The reason why I said you can't go too deep into things because it's two things. You got people that's put in position and you got people that's put in power. The
Thank you.
president is never a person to be put in power. That's a person put in position.
Hey, Aisha.
They groom you from when you a mayor or even a council member. They groom you if they feel that you can be manipulated, not overruled, but they feel like, oh, you sound good, you look good. They kind of prime you. They kind of profile you to put you in that office. And I do feel like, to an extent, that's what's happened to every president that's been in office. Everybody know that Bush was a horrible speaker. So they got him one of the greatest writers to write all his speeches. He still couldn't talk.
Bush was the horrible everything.
But yet and still we accept something to go from to look at just Republicans or even just to look at people how they speak, period. If you're gonna be a politician, you have to know how to speak.
Well,
just to do simple things, but then we result to this, what we have in office now.
Well, check.
I mean, that's a long shot from Bush.
That Simpson character that's in office now, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's put in office for one thing and one thing only. That's to destroy this whole fiat system.
I think it's to place fear. And
no,
that's the one thing that you can do to anything. That's
I'm gonna tell you
fear.
But I'm gonna tell you why. But I'm gonna tell you why it's not to place fear. Because you can go to church for that.
It's a diversion. Fear as a diversion. The best thing that you could do to something, the best thing that you could do to destroy a story is to create doubt, is to create fear.
So question, what is the fear of it? Because he really don't care about nobody. Only thing he care about is destroying the Rothschilds. And he made that known.
Indirectly, that's how he got in the position that he's in now.
How?
Indirectly. If you look at the processes that he's used, in some shape, form, in some way, every millionaire makes their money off of a scheme.
A Ponzi scheme.
He is the biggest schemer of them all. How do you think that to me, it's some type of scheme? Why isn't everybody included in this? You're saying that because they didn't grow up in a fortunate neighborhood or been able to inherit money from their mothers and fathers or however, he got over here by some type of scheme, or he got where he at by some type of scheme, and that's no different than a Rothschild.
Look. One of the biggest politicians known is on here. And he said Simpson is there to destroy the fraternity because he can't say the name. So he said Simpson is there to destroy the fraternity. That's all Donald Trump is here for. To destroy the fiat system. And if you destroy that system, and you're gonna fuck up a lot of people's shit, like these fucked up ass judges, like Nancy Pelosi, all of them.
Well, I mean, that goes back to my, why I brought up the original statement. The reason why I called in is because the system that is built on. I mean, you got to look at some of our Bill of Rights or
it's bullshit.
It's a declaration of war.
Right.
You can't expect a declaration of war to be something similar to a Magna Carta for people to live. A living document is literally, it constitutes a declaration of war or something, but regardless of the fact of what it's for, when it was written from the views of middle-aged white men. It's only meant to benefit most middle-aged white men. And until they change the spectrum of the scope of that, nobody's going to win.
But I'm going to ask you this. When Obama was in office, was all the crooked people exposed or not? No. It wasn't until Donald Trump. It wasn't until Donald Trump got in office and he exposed the shit out the deep state. He exposed the shit out the Obama administration. I'm gonna tell you how crazy Donald Trump is. He exposed himself. You can't do nothing but respect somebody.
That's what a confident person will do. When you're overly confident and overly arrogant, you will go so far as to put your neck on the line just to prove how good or how arrogant you can be. That's his MO. That's always been his MO.
But the thing is this. Here's my thing. When Donald Trump was hanging with the colored folks, why him being a racist didn't come up then? It wasn't until he ran for president that's when he become racist.
That's because he was a celebrity then. Right now, he's a politician. That's two different people. And people forget to realize that. That's why when nobody could understand, like, the question was like, what the hell was Omarosa doing?
Well,
do you not understand this is a different game? Politicians is a different game. You can be a celebrity. You can do all that. You can laugh, smile. You can buy people and do that. But when you become a politician, you have to be a master of all. You have to be able to manipulate people. You have to be charismatic. You have to be arrogant. You have to be nice. You have to get people's buy-in.
Sylvia, send that to me.
Was the perfect person for that.
Keys T, I'm not looking at Randa what she wrote because she's a bipartisan fan of the Obamas. But Keys T, I totally agree. Donald Trump is a narcissist. I totally agree. But right, Derek. Donald Trump is still a celebrity. Even though he's president, he's still a celebrity. Oh Lord. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, it's crazy because people, it's like when the truth come out about people that they like, nobody want to see it.
Well, that's unfortunate because, I mean, you're not really going to see that person. It's two. You got to look at people two ways. It's what you see and what's behind the mask.
Just like, prime example, do you know anything about the South African disappearance?
Vaguely.
When Obama got that lady Amber out of jail and all them kids start disappearing when he sent her over to South Africa?
Yeah. I remember reading about that in the news.
Right. Nobody wanna look at Obama for the responsibility of that shit.
Because of the simple fact is this: some people figure if you do one thing good, whatever bad came with it, it was a really good thing. That's the whole thing of being a politician. If it benefits majority of the masses, what difference does it make if a few people get hurt?
Right, and it's
that's
like
how the government looks at things. That's how anybody look. And me being a military veteran, I know for a fact as to how they look at things. If they can save 80%, but 20% of the population will die in the worst way, they fine with that. And that's exactly what happened in a lot of these situations. That's why a lot of people don't like Hillary Clinton, or they call her Killary.
I call her Killary.
It was a lot of unfortunate situations, and your Republicans. Everybody does the same thing. That's why you say, I get it. Why a person says they don't vote, but you can logically explain why you don't vote.
Right.
Some people just don't care, but they got a lot to say. You have a valid purpose as to why you don't trust the system. I don't understand what's the reason for the electoral college. I don't.
I've been saying that since I was 12.
I don't get it. Like, to me, that never made sense. When I realized what a vote was, I'm like, okay, so you mean to tell me 2 million people voted for this person, and the person that got only 1 million population votes, you mean to tell me they got the presidency?
And just like I say, Hillary Clinton will always be a murderer in my book, and especially when she did what she did into that little 15-year-old kid and then scalped her and then put her face on her. That's some demonic ass shit.
Yeah, I think
that's some demonic ass shit to do some shit like that.
Stuff goes on behind closed doors.
And hey, Derek, you absolutely right. Obama is deep state, and a lot of people don't understand that. But I just don't want people that I naturally care about hurt in the end, because when all this shit come out and them self indictments come out, a lot of motherfuckers gonna be mad. And then I'm gonna say this whole bootleg ass epidemic lockdown, this was just practice for when they do martial law, when they gotta fulfill them for them self indictments. When they fulfill them self indictments, a lot of motherfuckers gonna be mad because they gonna do a lot of fucked up shit to people, man.
A lot of people gonna be salty.
Yeah.
The first group of people will absolutely be salty because they don't know the law. And then you have a lot of people that'll be salty because they don't know how to survive. Some people don't know how to survive right now.
Then the other thing is when they see their favorite person being carried out in handcuffs, and if they resist, they're gonna get shot in public. They're gonna be like, yo, this is a cultural shock. Like, what the fuck going on? Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so excited to see what's in them emails of Hillary Clinton. She do not want them emails exposed, and she's fighting tooth and nail. No, let them emails come out.
I feel a lot of with those emails, and this has been going on for years, even before it was made publicly known. Even at the end of his presidency, they weren't done. I mean, that's just like how the reference was made. How was it coincidental that Bush and his daddy got into office? There's a lot of things that stemmed from many years ago.
Right.
And when they keep bringing up those emails, it's not at that point. It's not Democrat and Republican. It's everybody.
Right.
Everybody is involved. She wasn't just Secretary of State just for one group of people. It was for the entire. So it was a lot of things going on. You got to look at the how they call it, the recession or the financial crisis. It wasn't a financial crisis. They were just running out of places to put money.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this. I think, and like I said earlier, I like Obama. I do. I still do like him. Because he's a different type of man. He got charisma with him. I like him.
Right.
I just think he was used by the wrong people, and now he's gonna have to pay for that shit.
Absolutely, and
that's what I think, and that's my honest opinion. I still think Michelle a man.
Don't understand politics.
Right. And my thing is, I don't want to see Obama jacked up, and because I feel as though, and this is my honest opinion, I feel as though if Obama can come back and do 8 years under his own agenda and had the money and the backing that Trump had, we will see a different Obama.
It'll be a different world. It'll be another civil war. It'll never happen.
That's my honest to God truth.
That's just like how I tell people all the time. I said, look at all the politicians in office, but we've never had if you want to talk about generational groups, we've never had a millennial have a platform on a presidential in a presidential era. Right. So what are they going to do when they talk about liberals and conservatives? What are you going to do when you have a young person actually with an opportunity that you would call a Generation Z or a millennial? What are you going to do when it's their turn to become in office?
Man,
that's going to be a similar situation just to what you said. What if Obama got his 8 years? Well, these young people or people my age that are 25 through 31 or 25 through 35, what are you going to do when they come in office?
I'm going to be honest with you. These millennials ain't playing. I mean,
it's a totally different world. And
I mean, it's these millennials are doing shit that we supposed to have did 30 years ago. It's like they going after shit that you never thought would be possible. They actually telling the police department, we want y'all defunded. Like, hold the hell up.
People didn't know that they could defund a police department, or just like in Minneapolis, how they removed their contract or canceled their contract with the Minneapolis Police Department. People, your police department is an organization. That's why you people don't know the difference between a U.S. Marshal and a regular cop. That's an organization. That's a job.
Thank you.
A U.S. Marshal is more so of an assignment. You work for the United States government. You work for two separate entities.
That's
people
why.
Understand that.
That's why when people say, hold on, Keish T said vote Democrat, she crazy as hell. That's what you call a young lady who's trying to find her way. That's all. I love you, Keish.
Democrats and Republicans switched.
Right.
At some point along the line.
At the end of the day, here's what I'm going to say about the police department. When you get locked up, right? Oh, no, let's go here. When you get a warrant served, when a regular police officer come and say you have a warrant, you can argue that down.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you can show them, and you can make them show you. Look, show me where I got a goddamn federal judge warrant from them given to you to come do anything to me. They ain't gonna be able to show that. But if a U.S. Marshal come, you best to believe that federal judge signature is on that motherfucker, and it's on there 3 times.
That's just like when when like an eviction notice. Why does it have to be the constable, or why do you have a sheriff's department? Why is it only one sheriff and several deputies?
Right.
People really don't understand. These are organizations. Or why is it that the District of Columbia is not a part of the United States?
I'm gonna take it deeper.
It's fine print.
But I'm gonna take it deeper. When you take an oath, why do you take an oath to the District of Columbia and not everywhere else in the United States? Why is it that charges are more at the District of Columbia than it is anywhere else?
Right.
Why is it that all your real paperwork got to come through the District of Columbia and before it go anywhere else?
And that's what has to change. That's where the systematic depression begins.
And when that change, that's when you will see the whole thing of republic versus corporation. That's when the war going to begin. And I'm sorry, I'm standing on the side of the republic. I don't give a fuck about the corporation. Because if you look at it, the corporation constitution law, or the corporation 14th Amendment law, they can charge you with anything under that line and it never ends. But the Constitution, you can only be charged according to the Constitution. But it goes back to you knowing your standard.
You have to know your laws. You have to know your rights. You have to be aware or have the presence of mind. And some people just think it stops at the Bill of Rights. No. Why do you have to have a document that says that you can just be? Why do you have to have certain documentation to say that you have to just be? Why does a country that was built on immigration, why do they block people from coming to this country? But they would make a deal that's beneficial for money.
Think about, and then on top of that, on top of them making a deal for money, nobody paying attention to this. The monies that they get from other countries are backed by gold.
Yes.
Our currency is not backed by nothing. Think about it. You have to destroy this fiat system. And Donald Trump always say it. We need to go back to when America was great, back when it was ran with the gold standard system. It wasn't no goddamn slavery. It wasn't none of that. It was everything ran correctly. It wasn't until them Rothschilds got in office that then all hell broke loose.
Well, that's because they want everybody to be a part of their, World Banking Organization.
Yep.
And countries that are not a part of that World Banking Organization, such as North Korea or Russia, or even some Middle Eastern, or should I say Eastern Africa, they get upset because those countries make more money. And that family doesn't benefit from those countries that can make more money.
Just like over in what country was that? About 4 years ago, when the whole country turned around and locked up all of the Rothschild bankers, including one of the Rothschilds. Oh man, I did a story on that about 2 years ago, and I'm like, if everybody turn around and do the same thing, the Rothschilds will be out of business.
But it'll start a war before they go out of business. You'll see certain companies. That's why the stock market begins to crash, or they'll say that, the value of the dollar is less, or they'll begin to send out panic buttons. They'll begin to start conversations or put out news that will make you think everything is in a panic. But you'll see all the U.S. allies follow suit. But then you'll see the people that we're known to not be friendly with kind of like the issue with Russia or the issue with North Korea, that's because they don't follow the same line.
Right.
They didn't want their people to experience that. So they'll tell you, oh, this country is bad. Or they'll tell you that this country ain't nothing. Or they'll put out, information that just doesn't make any sense.
Then the other thing that get me is this right here. What Obama did to Muammar Gaddafi, he's going to have to pay for that.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was horrible. He did some bad things, but that was horrible. That was handled very, very, very badly.
Very nasty, very tactful. And on top of that, Muammar Gaddafi told Obama, you can play with the pigs, but you never turn on your own. The ancestors will get you if nobody else will. That made Obama think for a day or two, and then he did what he did. At the end of the day,
it was some officials that also spoke on that. Some Middle Eastern officials that had said, they said if you don't make things right, they kind of piggyback
right
of him. If you don't make things right, we'll start telling secrets. And everybody knows every country in the world does business with the Middle East. Why? Because that's where our oil comes from.
Yep.
Everybody has money going to the Middle East. But when you disrespect people for so long or oppress people for so long, you're just not telling the truth.
And it's like this. Libya was the only country over there in that region, but that didn't have a central banking system. They didn't have to pay for insurance. They ain't had to pay for medicine. They ain't had to pay for schooling. But the only thing they had to pay for is their household. Because Muammar Gaddafi had it where the government over there took care of everything.
Similar to Canada.
Yep.
Not the same, but very similar to Canada. And a lot of people, you got people that move to them countries. But that's why when people seen, in Libya, they seen the riots. They seen the people act a fool. That's why they were acting a fool.
Man.
You was taking away their natural freedom. They was living good until somebody, with some money and say, well, we want to benefit off of this. Why would you want to benefit off of a country that's doing just fine? If, leave well enough alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. And I'm just saying Libya was one of the most, now look at it. It's in shambles.
Very much so.
A lot of them people don't even want to be there. But like I say, like Obama didn't have to do that. But he's in bed with the Clintons.
You got a lot of pressure behind that. It's a lot of, when you sit in that Oval Office, there's so much pressure. There's people. That's why you don't hear from, Banner? He used to be the president's advisor.
Oh, you've been. I don't think we will ever hear from Banner unless it's a dire situation.
Some of these presidential advisors, you might see them in pictures and never know their name. That's that pressure. That's that, oh, you owe me. Remember when I got you in this seat back in 97, or when you first started being a politician, you owe people favors. And when people want their favors back and you the president, you can do anything. You the president. Just sign this paper or sign here.
Just like I say, Obama, he didn't come through the normal ranks. It's like he just appeared. But then when he appeared, his voice, his mannerisms, the way he dressed, it covered and it gave you the ambiance of, all right, fuck what he didn't do. Let's hear what he got to say.
He made it sound good, but I just think that there was a lot of other people involved in that.
Right. And I'm gonna be honest. I see a lot of people saying Obama's my president, and that's fine. And to each his own. But everybody have to pay for their time. Just like the Bushes. If you don't think them Bushes ain't gonna pay for what they did to Saddam Hussein, they crazy.
They still mad about that. They specifically say,
yes,
who they're upset with. They don't say black people or these people. They say specifically that time, that period, those folks that were involved in that administration.
They asked the United States a month ago, can you deliver the Bushes to us? We'll give you whatever you want. And the United States have not responded. Man, I'm telling you, this whole shit is crazy. And the deep state is just as crooked as everybody. Wow. Randa said, fuck Saddam. Like how disrespectful can you be?
But you got to think about it. When people say certain things, you know, you like I tell people all the time, you have to unlearn and relearn everything that you have been told. You know, a lot of people really don't know the true story of what happened. If you look at all the wars, I tell people like that, look at all the wars we've had. Understand why those wars started. They all began with money. You owe me.
And George Soros is the author of all of that.
Or why is it that when we start a war, why is it one company or several companies benefit from both sides? Now tell me what kind of war that is. Why is it that, take a big company, kind of like GM or the Ford Motor Company. Why build jets or why make parts for both sides?
Right.
What are you fighting a war for if you're going to make money regardless?
Well, only thing I can say about that is people don't want to know the truth.
And when you tell them the truth, they
don't want to hear it. But that's why I say two things you can't talk about because people are not open-minded enough to talk about it. And that's politics and religion.
Right, but it's been a pleasure talking to you, Dana. I always look forward to hearing from you. I gotta go. I'm going back to work. And
okay.
Hello to everybody in the chat, and hopefully you hear from me again.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
All right. Stay safe.
Well, the conversation over here get thick. And everybody have an opinion to speak their own opinion. Branda got hers. Marshall got his. Dana got his. T Sizzle got theirs. Sean got his. Gucci got his. Everybody got a right to speak their own opinion. Everybody. That's why it's called an opinion. Because everybody got one. But the truth is, everybody got to respect everybody's opinion. Everybody. Some people believe what they believe. Trump was never a Democrat. But yeah. So now that we got that out the way, wow. Our title shifted from friends to wars and all this, this is what I love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Benton. Hey, Miss Rear Legs. So the thing is, when people speak truth and opinions, you're going to have some people who's not going to like it. And my ultimate thing is this. If you're looking for man to run a country, you fucked up already. You have to put your trust in God. If you don't put your trust in God, that God can steer that man, then who are you? And then I'm going to say this. If you don't trust God, you're part of the problem. To be honest, I don't know who to vote for this go around because both opponents are full of shit. But I'll take Trump over Biden. Real talk, Lisa. Real talk. I'll take Trump over Biden any day. Biden getting in office, all hell gonna break loose. I don't know about that, Gucci. But like I say, if you don't believe in God, then you part of the fucking problem. Because can't no man run a country. It's by the grace of God that that man is even living to run a country. Let's keep it real. So whether you believe in Jesus, Buddhist, Confucius, whoever, it is what it is. Okay. Well, shit, Trump was part of every goddamn office. He was a Republican, he was a Democrat, he was an independent, he was in reform. Shit, Trump wasn't loyal to nobody. But at the end of the day, I still call him a Simpson character, because anybody that wear a toupee that don't move and a bitch stick like a glove, I got an issue with that. That shit is not normal. However, I do like what he's doing as far as destroying a deep state and as far as draining the swamp. All that other shit that come with it, you can have it. That's just me being real. Thank you, Dimples. So I'm just saying, anybody that wear a toupee that don't move when the wind blowing at 37 degrees, 37 degrees outside, that's scary to me. Big Marshall, I never said he did care about us. Shit, half of the people that you vote for don't care about us. Let's keep it 100. Obama ain't care about us. So what are you saying? That goddamn dude, what is that man name? A fucking disgrace to America. And to each his own, Randa. And tomato. What is that? What is that doctor name, man? For that's in office now. Ben Carson. He never cared about nobody. Obama cared. Lord, yeah. Yeah, he showed you how much he cared with that Obamacare too, right? But that's good, Randa. That's good. Mitt Romney. Oh man. Well, look, I had a good time, man. I had a good time partying with y'all today. I'm about to get up off of here. It's full too. People got to go hop on this machine, get this treatment done. It is what it is, man. In other words, in hindsight, everybody got to take self-reflections on their self. What's going on now? Don't let it pass you by. Link up with some people that's really about change. You know, Junior Allen, I'm totally against. But I'm totally with you, bro. I'm totally with you. When he went against the book, that good book, nah, man. That's when you lost me, bro. Like I say, everybody got to do some self-reflection. I'm quite sure some people made it quick farther than others, but do some self-reflection. Let's focus on killing the injustice in America and worldwide. If not, then we are in trouble. Right now, our allies are people who are white, people who are radical. That's what we need. And we need a bunch of Asantis running around. Asante, not Asante, but Asante. And we need a bunch of Tutus running around, and we need a bunch of Malcolms running around. That's what we have. Candace Owens is a disgrace to the colored people, and I say that. People talking about counseling her. No, evict her and send her ass to England. That's what I say about Candace Owens. But other than that, there's a movement going on. It's either you're going to sit back and watch it or you're going to jump in it. And for the people that say R. Kelly is guilty, but then you want to turn around and fight for injustice, R. Kelly is part of injustice. And if you look at it, you can't spell injustice without having R. Kelly name in there. He's the biggest name that's being unjustly done right now. So it is what it is. Junior, sometimes you just gotta ignore Randa and let her rant. That's what I do. Randa means well. All that. Randa's passionate. All that. But when she and her rant, just let her go. I think Candace Owens is worse than Oprah. Honestly. But we need to go ahead and do what we need to do to change the tide of what's going on as far as injustice. All right? So, until next time, remember 4 things. Number 1, put God first in everything you do. Number 2, you kill negativity, hate, lies, and deceit with positivity and truth. Rule number 3, I'm sorry. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Rule number 4, geez, my mind everywhere. Rule number 4, put God first in everything you do. Rule number 5, be someone important. Be yourself. Until next time, Dana J is up out of here. Peace.
What you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, 'cause I'm really about to put it down. You know that I will never disrespect you. Wake up tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend you. That ass down, gotta make it last now. Start off so I'ma be the best girl. I was it down, let me know. Tell you just get better below. Away from the door, just keep running in. From a lot of fire here. Got me starting now, there ain't no stopping here. So I'm popping here, they keep coming, what you said. They gotta leave us too long. Turn away from the door. I want it all, gotta let me get it on. From the bed to the floor, against the wall. I'ma get so turn around and get it on. And maybe down on the floor, back away from the door.